selling work in that joke. My re-up money secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
On the beginning. What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin, man. Welcome to another episode of Trappin' Tuesdays, man. Woo! Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. How y'all feeling in the chat, man? Everybody in the chat, we just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, man. It feel like I ain't seen y'all in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Happy holidays, man, everybody. I hope y'all had that spirit about yourself. Man, you know, before we get into this, man, we just want to tell everybody that, you know, watching us at work, watching us on break, watching us in the crib. Y'all know Jose love it when y'all put it on the TV. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to tell everybody, thank y'all for that. You know, without y'all, there is no us. Without y'all, there is no Wallstreet looks like us. It'll just be Wallstreet look like me. Right? And we can go there together. You know what I'm saying? Together as a unit, as a squad, as a family. Like we more impactful, we more powerful. You know what I'm saying? We take a lot of wins together, we take losses together, but the us is united, we stand. Ooh, let's go, man. So we got an amazing show tonight, man. So first of all, let me just thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let me just thank y'all. All right, we got an amazing show tonight, but I got something on my mind right quick, y'all. Jose, I got something that's really good right here, Jose. Check me out. The dream feels good, but the destiny feels heavy. Yeah. The dream feels good. The dream gives us the dopamine rush, right? But the destiny feels heavy once we realize or once we take in what is required for us to fulfill it. There we go. There we go. Like there's a gap between the dream and the destiny. Yeah. There's a gap between the dream and the destiny, and fulfillment can be heavy. Can be heavy. Because it takes a lot to say that I won't be the person that changes my family's last name into an asset. That takes a lot. That takes development. And development takes discipline. Discipline requires determination. Yeah. So that there's a version of us that must keep evolving. There's a version of you that has to get up every time you get knocked down. There's a version of you that got to get back in the chart every time you lose a trade. There's a version of you that got to get back in the real estate field every time a deal don't go right. There's a version of you that got to rebuild that business every time somebody say no. There's a version of you that got to read a new book every time you need to get some new information. There's a version of you that got to take a new mentorship every time the old information. I say, listen, I want you to understand something I said one time that still holds to my heart. Once a new truth, right, once new information collides with an old truth, you gotta pick which one serves you the best. Yeah, like once you get some new information and it collides with an old truth, you gotta decide which one serves you best. Yeah, because a lot of us being shackled by tradition. Yeah, you've been shackled by old belief systems, right? You've been shackled by the belief that your mama had and your grandfather had and your daddy had and your great aunt had, but you gotta realize that as time evolved, so did the rules to the game. So did the requirements that was needed to succeed. Yeah. So I want you to understand that there's like, you gotta close the gap. Yeah, because if you don't close the gap, if you don't close the gap, everybody behind you get to fall in it. If you don't close the gap, everybody that follows you fall in it. Yeah. So now it becomes part of your destiny. Okay, let me say this to you right quick, right? There's a version of you that is financially free, that is wealthy, that is strong, that sets new opportunities for everybody that follow you. There's a version of you that is living the life that you dreamed of. There's a version of you that's already finished. Here's what I want you to understand. The end result that you dreamed of is already finished. God has already done that. The problem is, it's decisions that you make now that's going to either take you there or get you the other way. Now, you're going to either take the detour, right, or you're going to take the straight road. Now, watch this. I was reading the Bible the other day. Right, y'all know I read the word a lot, right? And I'm going to be real sure, like, the more I read the word, the more I should be like, it's definitely a spiritual book. But if you really just peel it back, and let's say you're not spiritual at all. If you just read this book right here, it got so many cold-blooded lessons in it that you can learn from. Watch this. God creates Adam from good soil, right? How do we know the soil is good? Because God created the soil. It wasn't even tampered with, right? So watch this. Adam, he blows into Adam, give him life. Boom. Give him life. And then he give Adam, watch this, a set of rules. He give him some instructions. He said, do all these things. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Boom, 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 you good. Adam wakes up, boom, he just start naming stuff. Yep, that's a tree, that's an apple, that's an elephant, that's a giraffe, that's a whatever that. He start naming stuff, boom, supernatural intelligence, right? He said, look, just like don't mess with that tree over there, right? So watch this. If Adam stay on this path, check me out, there's a life for him that is abundant. He don't die. He don't have to sweat for no work. He just get everything he want is there. Boom. It's there. Then he say, you know what, man? Like, I don't really even want you here by yourself, bro. So, like, I'm going to go create something from you. I'm going to give you something. Boom. Create him a helpmate. Boom. From his rib. Boom. Watch this. Eve come up. Boom. Now, she don't got all the rules. Who got the rules? Adam got the rules. Adam got the rules. So that means, Adam, you is responsible. Watch this. You are responsible for you the vicegerent, bruh. Watch what I'm about to tell y'all here. Check this out. When Eve, it's not even about spiritual, it's about, watch this. This is just about, I want make this make sense to what our life is. Right? So Adam rocks with Eve, they rocking out, she walking off, boom, she sees the serpent. Boom, they start having a conversation. Right? But she don't got all the rules. Adam got the rules. But when I read, I realized like Adam was right there. Why she? Yeah. So she bite the fruit. At no point do Adam say, hey, check this out. You can't bite that. We gotta let that go. He indulges. Okay, watch this. And then there's a moment when God comes and say, Adam, what you doing? And he says, man, it wasn't me, it was Eve. Then he said, you gave her to me. Right? So here's what I want us to understand. There's a version of your life that God already has laid out for you. But it's the decisions you make and it's the people that you let influence you that alters the destination. Here we go. I'm going to run it again. Listen. Before he even gave him a company, before he even gave him a crowd, before he even gave him anybody else, he said, hey, do what I want you to do. Now, why does that make sense to me? Because I want you to know something. When you land up in your bed at night, you already got some instructions downloaded in your head that already, hey, this is what I need you to do. That's why you see the vision. You already see your Garden of Eden. Okay. You already see your Garden of Eden. You done saw it. That's why you feel, that's why you get up in the morning sometimes and be like, yeah, I got the vision. And you start telling everybody about it. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this is gonna do that, this is gonna make this much money, this business is gonna do this. That's why every time you tell somebody about your business, you feel like it's gonna change the world. That's why when you telling people about the stock market and about trading, you feel like it's gonna change the world. You know why? Because you laying in your bed one night and boom, you got the vision how you gonna become a millionaire. You got the vision on how you become, that's your Garden of Eden. The problem is, you got the instruction and then you get influenced. And when you get influenced, you ain't bold enough to say, hey, we ain't doing that. We not doing that. That ain't part of the destiny. That ain't the be fruitful or the multiply part right there. That ain't the take dominion and that ain't the subdue part right there. That ain't got nothing to do with none of them parts. That's where you gotta fill in the gap at. When the noise get loud, that's where you fill in the gap. And what do you fill in the gap with? Instruction. What do you fill in the gap with? The orders. Now, listen, this ain't about nothing else other than you already got the vision on where your life supposed to be at. That's why you get up motivated. Now y'all know E.T. is my mentor, right? Like that's my OG. But I'm gonna say something here, and there's no knock to my OG. At some point, you gotta take another step from motivation, and you gotta take another step. Boom, that's determination. Because when the motivation go away, you gotta still be determined, or you gotta keep stepping back to get motivated. When the motivation leave, you gotta watch this, you gotta retrace. When the motivation slow down, you got to retrace. You got to because you got to go get some more motivation. But watch this, discipline and determination will keep you in the direction you need to go. Oh man, they missing that. They missing that. Discipline and determination will keep you in the direction to your destiny. Every time you got to step back to get motivated, you taking the minus. Today is about closing the gap. That's all. It's about closing the gap. Now, I was reading something too the other day, and this really got me, right? I want to say this in 2 Timothy, and I'd heard this before, but it's something about when you be reading it. Like, I like to read early in the morning when the world is quiet. It's my first hour of the day, go to that, right? That way I don't let the world jam me up. Like, all right, guys, me and you. It says, Paul says, hey, he don't give us the spirit of fear. Power, love. This the good part right here. And a sound. I say, what? A sound? What? You mean it's already installed in me to have a sound mind, to make right decisions. It's already in me. I don't gotta look no further. That's already in me. Power, I got that. I don't gotta search for that nowhere else. It's already in me. He gave me that. Power, ooh, yep, got it. He gave me that. Power? So you looking at somebody else like, oh man, they got power. Oh man, they got influence. And you forgetting that it's already in you. It's already in you, family. And then you can make this, you already can make good decisions. But the problem is, watch me. I'm gonna go sit down after I say this. You getting influenced by somebody that don't got the instructions. You getting influenced by somebody that don't got the instructions. And then when you fall short, you blame them. It ain't on them. You gotta close the gap, fam. So tonight's episode is closing the gap. It's not about wins. It's not about losses. It's about development. It's not about money. It's not about making money. It's not about losing money. It's about which version of you gotta show up to close the gap? Which version of you got to show up to be the person at the end that walks into the destiny? Which version of you got to be evolved into? You got to go through the metamorphosis from the caterpillar to the butterfly so that you can free some other people, because the version of you that's right now ain't prepared for the destiny. Yeah. The version of you right now, the ego in you think you are. Yeah. The ego in you think you are. That's why the ego and Adam said, you gave her to me. Yeah, you gave her to me. Watch this. Now let me show you something that's real gangster right here. Oh, come on, God, what you doing to me right now? Watch this. Let me show you something that's real gangster. Let me show you something that's real gangster. Watch this. When the people around you see it coming from you, they develop it. Let me show you why. Because when Cain killed Abel, and he said, Cain, what you done? He said, hey, I ain't my brother's keeper. What you doing? Where you get that arrogance from? Whose son that is? It's Adam's son. Where you think he get that arrogance from? Where you think you getting that arrogance from? Right? What Adam said? Hey, you gave her to me. You gave her to me. What Cain said, I look like my brother's keeper? What you talking about? Why you asking me that? Where you think he get that arrogance from? Where you think he got that from? Where you think he developed that from? Say what? You judge a tree by the what? You gotta close the gap, fam. This generational wealth thing ain't easy. They looking at you, they watching you. It's your kids, it's your nieces, it's your aunties, it's your cousins. They watching you, how you close the gap. You telling them about the market, or you showing them the market work? The mouth say a whole lot. Actions don't never lie. Change behavior don't never lie. Routine don't never lie. They don't lie. So yeah, you could be telling me about the market, but has it changed your life yet? You can be telling me about trading, you can be telling me about buying whole, but has it changed your life yet? Now here's the thing about it. It don't gotta change your life drastically, but here's what people do know. When you start walking around and you smiling, it's one thing about money, it make you feel different. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if it's $10,000, I don't care if it's $15,000. You can ask somebody that got their overtime check how they feel. Go to work and see somebody who didn't work the overtime and somebody who worked the overtime. The person who worked the overtime, they feel a little better. That check a little bit heavy. It's a little heavy. Why? I know I got more than y'all right now. You tripping? I got more than y'all right now. Yup. We on the same job, but we get paid different. That's why when you go on a job sometimes, they won't know what you got paid, what you getting paid. Ain't none of your business. That's why some jobs tell you, hey, don't discuss pay rate. Don't discuss pay rate. Money make you feel a little different. I ain't mad at that. You know why? Because that means you see the light at the end of the road. So the people around you, they just need to see a few things differently. They just need to see a couple things different. I can guarantee you right now, we got some family members that might look at my cousin a little bit different. That man got a little pep in his step, man. When he first came out, he ain't had that much pep in his step. Got some pep in his step now. I told him, I said, God, they're looking at, they're watching you. They're watching you, boy. They just know you out here with me. You ain't gotta never show your bank account. You ain't never gotta show nothing. Hey, you got a little pep in your step. My cousin, listen, I love it. I love it. Same way. That's all right. You know why though? It's easier for you to influence them when they see your life change. It ain't about him being out here about me. It's easier for him now to go back home and talk to some of the people that I wasn't talking to because they see a little pep in his step. They see his skin a little different. They see he got a little weight on him now. That's what happened when you change your environment. That's what happened when you close the gap. So tonight, in this episode, we're gonna talk about closing the gap. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They had me standing up.
Let's go.
Sitting down.
I'm gonna get that tonight, Ms. Abel. I'm gonna get that tonight. I'm gonna get that tonight.
Oh, that's something special.
Oh, that ain't nothing but a little tea.
Oh, okay.
That tea be popping, cuz.
Put that right here. Yeah. How you feeling?
I feel good, bro.
Let's go.
Man, I feel so good, man.
You was tired before you came in, and they was like, hey. Well, I hear you yelling around this joint. That's when I know something is going down.
Man, I feel good, man.
Let's go. Shout out to Cousin George. He do got a pep in his step, and he gained some good weight.
Let me tell you something. Make sure we clear. Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. I saw a picture the other day when I did my first ever event, and I showed it to George. Did I show it to you, George? I just told you I saw it. I just told him I saw it. It was a picture from when I did my first event. I said, boy, you was Slimothy on that thing, boy. Your head was small, boy. Jaws all sunk in, boy. I said, boy, I'm proud of you, boy. You're holding that 50 right now, yeah? You're holding that 50 right now.
Yeah, it's a good
weight.
It look
good on it. It look good on it. It look good on it.
You know what I'm saying?
It look good on it. So, you know, it's just, and it's easy for him to influence people from that perspective.
Yeah.
Nah, because, you know, when everybody in the same environment, bro, like, it's hard for the people around you, like, to see different. It's hard for the people around you to see different. But when you leave and come back, it's like, damn, what's going on right here? So that's amazing, man. So let me shout out my people right quick before we get into that, man. Leon Barnes was up. Shazam X was up. Rue Drizzle was up. And y'all don't start going fast, man, so I can call everybody out. Last week, people were saying, he keep calling the same name. This AI. So let's see. King David was up. Kiara was up. Queen Ram Fitness, I see you. Chop Fellas, I see you. Nappy Life, I see you. Wallstreet, Nail Full, I see you. Double R, what's up? Cheesy Bread, salam alaikum, man. Gutter CEO, yo, I see you. Paul Bricks, I see you, family. Pascal, what's up? Don't start going fast, man. I can't see. Nathan Higgins, what's up? Man, they don't listen. Doug Perry, what's up, brother?
You getting mad at the joke?
They be going fast, man. I'm trying to call the people names out so I can call somebody different. They like, I saw him last week. He only called the same man. This is AI. This is pre-record.
That's definitely Pascal.
Man, Shelly Booker. No, it was somebody else I can't think of her name. It was like Queen Kitten or something up there. Let me see. I'm going to slow it down myself. Carolina Blue, I see you. G Nova 09, I see you. Wall Street Mac, I see you. Belina, what's up, shawty? Stello 76, I see you. C. Bush, what's up, family? Davian, I see you. Turquoise Thunder, that's a hell of a name there. Ryan Clef, I see you. Don King, 585, I see you. That East, I see you. Jason, just slow down, y'all. KT Tactical, I see you. Yes, sir. Conspiracy King, I see you. Stony, 24, I see you, family. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wonder if they think this is AI. Larry Morgan, I see you. Fit Tech Life, I see you. What's up, family? Yeah. Y'all shut this out for us, man. Y'all shut this out for us, man. Let's get 3,000 people in the chat tonight, man. Let's maybe shoot for 4. Let's get 1,000 likes, man.
Hey, let's get it. Up. Shout out to everybody who also been sharing their Spotify. If you're listening right now, y'all been sharing them joints. Trap been sharing them.
Spotify, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're in the top 1, 2, and 3 of most of y'all joints. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
I saw that. I saw that.
They listening. You know
I saw a lot of people saying, Tamara Buchanan, what's happening, family? Dancing Diamonds, what's happening, family? Yoshi, what's good, Papa? Man, I see my people, man. Leon M3, I see y'all, man. All right, that's good, man. That's good money right there, man. That's good money right there. All right, man, so before we get into this, man, I want put a couple things on. That's warm? That's warm? Give me that. This tea feel like heaven. God don't forgive me. I want to shout out a couple things right quick, man, that's important to me. I want everybody to say some prayers for my sister, Terica Lynn Smith.
Yes.
She flipped the truck over 4 times, bruh. Flipped the truck over 4 times. And she's, man, alive.
Yeah.
With just a couple scratches.
Yeah.
So, man,
glory.
Just put some prayers up for her for that, if y'all don't mind. Holla at your boy, Trap. What's up, family? King Me 305. I see you. So just want to, put some prayers up for that. Next, I want y'all to pray for my dog, Jose. Yesterday made how many years, Jose?
11.
Yesterday made 11 years, man. My dog, Jose, lost his beautiful baby girl. It's always, a tough time for the year for him. I wanted to see some flowers, but I didn't know how he was going to feel about it, you hear me?
I mean, I appreciate you, dog.
I wanted to see some flowers, but I didn't know how he was going to feel about it. So, shout out to my dog. Let's pray for Jose, man. Give him strength.
Of course, we got to make sure Sean.
Sean, yep. Yeah. Sean lost a little sister. That's his little sister.
Yeah.
It's been 11 years, man. So, always, just keep them in our prayer. And then the rest of their family, too, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep them, prayed up. They always do a little something. Also, team member Steve lost a close family member, somebody that supported the show every week, even in the hospital, was watching Trappin Tuesdays. And, man, Steve got so much strength because, he was finishing the workbook, he was doing YouTube, he was still doing graphics and Trappin Tuesdays.
Yep.
So just shout out the squad, man. So that's love on Steve. Send some prayers out to his family as well. Prayers again for Jose and Sean and their family for strength. Praying for Terica as well for what they got going on. Y'all know it's a family. It's more than just about money over here. So, yeah, man, let's do that. And then, man, I got some good news, man, that I want to share with the squad that I feel is good. Yep, it's good. So, I shared it with my Patreon yesterday when I was in my emotional state.
You get there sometime,
I was fresh out the courtroom, bro. So I was just emotional. You know what I'm saying? And so what people don't know is, like, for the last year, I just been fighting for my little one. I haven't seen her. And it was taking a toll on me, man. Like, ever since they moved from back out here. And I don't got nothing bad to say about her mama. I just think that sometimes two people just can't figure out how to see eye to eye. Don't matter who right or who wrong. Just sometimes two people just can't see eye to eye. And every person sometimes feel like their reason is correct. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to say I appreciate her for just, showing up to court for whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she had. But as a man, I had to, it was hard for me because I never in my life thought I had to put the people in my business. Like, I never in my life thought I would have to have the courtroom to help me out. You know what I'm saying? And so even that in itself was such a tough call to make, especially as a man who always feel like I can handle it. I can take care of it. Like, I can get it done. And I just felt like, bro, like, it's nothing I could do. You know what I'm saying? And I just never wanted to give up on my baby. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember, the court told me last time we went that I could just go to the school and get her because my name was on the birth certificate. So went to school, got out, and I made the post. That was my first time touching my baby in like 7 months, 8 months, bro. And I remember putting that post up and he had people in the chat like, that's sad you ain't seen your child in 7 months, 8 months. You running around with Natalie. You got all this money. You doing all that. And little did they know, like, bro, like I didn't know what I could do and what I couldn't do. I was just telling Zoe that earlier. I was like, man, the crazy part is, like, as fathers, like, you don't really be knowing, like, your rights like that.
You definitely don't.
You don't be knowing that, nobody, especially for me. Like, I ain't come up with no daddy. So I don't be knowing about no father's rights and this and that. All I know is, bro, like, I don't know what to do. And you can't do it the way you would normally handle something because this is the mother of your child. So you got to be real, like, fragile. And I'm not used to being fragile.
Eggshells walking, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And so just, bro, like, and again, nothing bad about her. I just think that, again, two people will have a thing in their head on how they see something. And so, man, you know, navigating, that was such a big load on me, bro. Like, it was weighing on me. And then coming into the holidays, bro, it really, really, really was weighing on me. Really, really heavy, man. And so I just miss my little one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you feel like, I always said, like, my little one was the reason why the world got Wallstreet Trappin. And the reason is because before her, I really didn't care about, like, whatever happened. Like, it was like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? I was still, like, 1 foot in the street, 1 foot out the street, still go hit a lick here and there. You know, really didn't care. But when I had my little one, it was like, nah, bro, like, we gotta stop completely. And that's what really made me take the market, like, dead ass serious, right? Yeah. And so not seeing her, bro, like, it was just weighing on my heart, weighing on my ability to, you know, you're trying to build a company, you know, you're trying to navigate the market, you're trying to deal with people in their Patreon, you're trying to still make sure they, bro, just like, sometimes I'm all the way in it, and then I had moments where I'm, like, not in it. And so yesterday, man, just, you know, getting the courts, you know, we was in the courts, and the people was just like, look, from this time to this time, she gonna be with you. Bro, that shit made me cry.
You had me in tears when you said
bro,
that. I needed that.
Me cry, bro. Bro, my lawyer was like, look, I was like, no. I'm like, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever she want to do, like, I don't care. Like, just, as long as I can see my baby, like, I'm good. Like, I don't care. Like, I just immediately felt the world open back up to me again. And of course, we got to go back to court and all that without getting into, you know, but it was just like, yo, from here to here, she gonna be with you. And I was like, wow, that feels so good, bro. That felt so good, bro. And it's crazy because here's the dope part about it. And this how I know, like, it's just two people that can't get on the same page about something, but we still respect each other at a high level because we wound up getting a lawyer for my little one. That was my lawyer's thing. And the lawyer for my little one said something in court that made me say, bruh, she said, I talked to you, I talked to Mr. Howard, I talked to Candace. Both of them say that each other are great parents.
Yep.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
She like, you saying the same thing about her. Like, she's a great mother. She thought, you know, and she said the same thing about you. Like, you a great father. So I don't know why this, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just, you know, man, just, that's why I just tell, like, fathers, bro, like, keep fighting, bro. But you gotta fight with no malice in your heart. I still pray for her every night. Still pray for their protection. Still never say nothing bad about her to nobody. I had a little one with you. I can't talk bad about you. I still got respect for you. Crazy part about it, you ask me for something today or tomorrow, I'm gonna give it to you.
I got you.
I got you. You ask me for something today or tomorrow, bro, I got you. You feel me? And so, man, it's just, you know, and I said something, like, it's crazy because before that happened, bro, I was so heavy going into that. I remember just saying, God, like, for 3 days, I just did a water fast. No food, just water. And I didn't leave out my house for 3 days because I didn't want to put that bad energy in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I just watched sermon after sermon after sermon from Jake's. I went to my go-to. Jake's. And it's crazy because he came. He looked at me and said, you look heavy. You look tired. I said, Bishop, son, it's just weighing on me. And he came and prayed for me right here.
Yep.
So, bro, it's something about just talking to God, bruh, and like standing on it. Like, God, I ain't put nothing in my body. This ain't about no health. This ain't about no cleansing out my system. It's about these 3 days, I don't want to depend on nothing but you. I don't want to watch none of that I normally watch. I just want to watch sermon after sermon after sermon. I'm going to sit on this couch with my word and my notebook. You know what I'm saying, bro? And man, such a beautiful moment, bro. And in my heart of hearts, bro, I hope that one day, soon, we can get back on a communication level. Because I've never disrespected her. I've never tried to play those games. Bro, I promise you, word to God, the last time we was intimate was when we made my child. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong. I just saw a lot of my homies make the bad mistake. Play with her feelings, and you know what I'm saying? So I always showed her the utmost respect. I never got into her personal life. That wasn't my business. I always just felt like, yo, I know you're gonna make the right decision when it comes to protecting our child. I don't gotta question you.
Right.
Any dude she dealt with, I try to go meet him. What's up, bro? I don't got no bad energy towards you or nothing, dog. Like, we good. So I just hope that one day, like, we could kind of like just communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like, just on something, bro, we got a kid together, bro. Like, and I want what's best for her just like you want what's best for her, bro. Like, we don't even gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just wanted to tell the fellas, man, like, keep fighting, man.
The good fight, yeah.
Keep fighting, bro. And you gotta do it with no malice. You gotta do it with no ill will. You gotta do it without calling out her name. You gotta do it without telling people, man, that. Bro, you had a little one with her. She wasn't all that when you had a little one with her, bro. Don't matter what the scenario was. Keep that respect high. Keep that respect high. So, yeah, man, bro. I just want, when I look at my life, bro, like, I ain't perfect at all, but I know there's parts of me that a lot of people could learn from. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that's one of them battles that one day I could look back and say, you know, like, say, bro, like, I get it. Like, but you got to keep fighting for the shorty. You know, her might don't get along. You know, she might throw some venom at you for sure. As a fact, she gonna throw some venom at you. Shorty threw some venom at me for sure, but I just had to take that shit like, all right, bro, like, I can't do that. Because if I indulge in that, it's gonna change my motives. It's gonna change my energy. It's gonna change how I see you. And I don't wanna do that. It's just a moment. And like, it's kind of like a stock. Like, I gotta look at the longevity of the stock, not just what's happening right now. I gotta look at the longevity of this stock. You know what I'm saying? And I had to look at the longevity. I had to look at the longevity of it. Like, all right, like, yeah, I could do this right now, and then it's only gonna make this thing worse. Or I could just let her get off. I ain't tripping. I know we going to court right now. Later on, when things settle and things it may take a year, it may take 2 years from now. Things will settle down. She'll be like, hey, bro, I was on some shit. I was tripping. Like, man, look, I ain't tripping. I appreciate the apology. Let's keep going. If you still need me, I got you. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? I think as men, goes back to Adam. You the one with the instruction, not her. You the one with the instruction, bro. How you gonna match her energy? She a woman.
That's the thing. We don't match.
How you gonna match her energy? She a woman. How you gonna tit for tat with a woman, bro? You a man. Man up. Man, she called me out my name. All right, bro, cool, bet. All right. Are you threatened? Is your life on the line? Do you feel like you in danger? Probably not. So that's just your ego, bro. Get out of it. Get out of it. So anyway, let's get to the show, man. We got a lot to talk about. Jose, we got 3,000 people in the chat, man.
Let's go.
Yep, still doing virtual.
We got the virtual.
I don't agree with teaching my kids to respect people who don't respect me. I don't agree with it either, but that's my kid mama. It's an emotional situation. What I'm supposed to do? She says something weird, just start calling her a bunch of B's and H's and all this other stuff.
Because it don't help.
What that's gonna do?
It really don't.
What that's gonna do? What's it gonna do? My daughter is in the house. So now she hear her daddy disrespecting her mama.
Yep.
When we can just have a
planting those
conversation.
seeds.
We
Yep.
can just have a conversation with my daughter later on and be like, hey, listen, respect people. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about what we do right here. It's about, once I do that, what's the imprint my daughter take away from that? You feel me? Now my daughter be like, man, I saw my daddy cursing my mama out.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never about to say that. You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side, I could justify for her mama, which is what I'm like, man, look, she just was having a bad day, man. It happened. We all do that. Ain't no big deal. I prayed for her. It ain't no big deal, babe. We human. I forgive her. It's all good. And now you set a different tone for your little one. Like, that's why I say, like, I ain't, for the fellas, like, we gotta operate different. We gotta operate different. We let women be women. We gotta operate different. You gotta act like the vicegerent, bro. You gotta act like the one God gave the instruction to. You ain't gonna be perfect. You gonna be flawed. You gonna make mistakes. But what do you do in them decision-making times? Do you match energy with energy, or do you say, all right, that hurt. That did hurt. I gotta do this a better way.
I think one of the things, it's funny, I was talking about it as men too. And again, we just speaking to the fellas, for real, really.
It's for the fellas, bro.
You know what I'm saying? There's a level of accountability in the place that you're in. Truly, you had a hand in it.
Yeah.
Some way, shape, or form, you had a hand in it. This was a seed that you planted some way, shape, or form. So you have to deal with it, but also at the same time, there could bear as far as good fruit from it. Also,
Yeah.
God will get the glory in return. But again, are you willing to be steadfast? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to be disciplined in it? You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely getting clipped up.
Yeah, man. And here's the thing, bro. We not perfect, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody walking this earth perfect, bro. We all make mistakes, bro. We all done did some stuff that we like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. So how can I say, man, she down bad, when I know I could look back at some shit that I was probably down bad for. That'd be the thing, like with me, man, like I'm not into judging people, because if you look back at me, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff people could judge me for. And I hold that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what God said? Like, don't see the sawdust in your brother's eye when you got a plank in yours.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So I know if you look at me, you can see that plank. You know what I'm saying? So I can see the plank in my eye. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't got time to get the sawdust out your eye, I tell you, because I'm too busy trying to like, that motherfucker don't stop.
2x4.
Let's get to it, man. So
Let's go.
That's it. All I want to do is tell the fellas, man, listen, keep fighting, fellas. Keep fighting, fellas. Now, you the one God gave the instruction to. You the one God gave the instruction to. He gave it to you. He made you first. He made you first. And I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. None of us ain't perfect. I'm pretty sure, man, my daughter mama could look at me and say, that nigga did that wrong, that wrong, that wrong, that wrong. You know what I'm going to say? Shit, you probably right. All right? But he made you first. So you got to lead like he made you first. Leaders got to, watch this. I'm going to move on from this. Leaders oftentimes got to take more to fall than everybody else on the team.
Yep.
The general is responsible for the success of the team more than the team itself. Because the team gonna feed off you. The team gonna see how you lead. The team gonna see how you handle stress. The team gonna see how you handle high impact environments. The team gonna look at how do you handle when things not going right. The team gonna look at you. And the team is the family and the friends and the people that's around you. So I'm saying, fellas, you the general. You the general. You the vice general. You the one that God, he ain't tell Eve to subdue. He ain't tell her that. He told you that. So you got to operate in that way. You got to operate in that way. Let's go. All right, man, we got our certified trapper mantra. Y'all know that, man. If you're new to the squad, shout out to 3,100 people in the chat. My bad. Y'all know I do that sometime. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I do that sometimes. All right, let's get it, man. I am certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Damn, that felt good. All right, my bad. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me from that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go. Jose, somebody say, I need that Adam and Eve reel by Monday.
By Monday is crazy. We gonna have that before this.
Somebody say, no trap, the woman came first. All right. All right, let's get into it, man. Got a lot to talk about tonight.
I'm about to say, what is we talking about today?
Tonight, we talking about Trump, and more Trump. All right, we talking about just the full quarter. We talking about gold. We talking about, we got a lot going on in the economy right now. We talking about these rate cuts tomorrow. We talk about GEV. If you're in the Patreon, put it fire in the chat. GEV! I'ma break it.
I'm about to say you about to make a beat.
I'ma break it. I feel like it's what they call it, 808. I feel like it's an 808.
Get that boy a beat machine up there.
God. GEV. Huh? Oh, my God. We don't care. We don't care. Shut up. All right, so let's do this right quick, man. Y'all know we're going to get on chart right quick. I know I got to. All right, let's get on chart right quick. Boom. Boom. How y'all feeling in the chat, man? We don't care! You lose! You fucking lose, cuz. You lose, cuz. We here, baby. We here, baby. Oh, before we get into it, man, we have the event is this Friday and Saturday. Virtual. We still got virtual seats. Miss April, we have sent some emails out, right? We have sent emails out. You waiting on your workbook. We letting you know the workbook's going out tomorrow, right? Workbook's going out tonight. What is back there, Bernard? Man, look at my dog, man. God, look at my dog, man.
He be sneaking in like Batman with all black.
Oh, man, so workbook's going out tonight. You need to print your workbook so you can come in. Workbook's going out tonight, whether you in person or virtual. You will get an email. You will get an email. Print your workbook out, fam. Come with it.
For those who are on virtual and looking at still getting your tickets, wallstreetlooksLikeUs.com.
Yes, sir.
It's pinned to the top of the chat.
Also, we got the links up top. Got the links up top. We still got some virtuals. You know, of course, it's virtual. You know what I don't like when people be saying? It's limited time. It's virtual. It's virtual.
Just jump on it.
You don't got no limited virtual seats, bro. You don't.
Right.
The virtual seat, you're lying. It's virtual. The seats is seats, bro.
They there.
It's virtual. Unless you don't got the big Zoom. Unless you don't got the big Zoom.
You got the free version.
You got the free version.
Where your drink go off in 30 minutes.
Then they limit it. You got this. You got the seats. So, we got the virtual, man. Get your tickets. And so people are asking about the replay. So we're gonna do is after the event is over, you will only have the replay for probably 24 hours. It's not something that you're gonna have for a long time. You will probably only have the replay for 24 hours. 1 and then 2. That's it. You're not gonna have the replay forever. So get your workbooks. I'm not gonna lie, that workbook, You saw it? You saw it? Sean, you saw it? I was in my bag, cuz.
I'm about to say, I heard about the mythical workbook. Everybody's working on that.
I was in my bag. I had 3 people with me.
I know.
I had 3 people with me because so the first thing I did was just gathered, I went wide. So I didn't think about structure first. I just knew what all I wanted to teach. And then once I got everything I wanted to teach, then it took me 2 days, took me 2.5 days to put it in. It took me about 9, 10 days.
Oh, I already know.
It's about 107 pages, I think. How many pages it is, neighbor? 142?
Sheesh.
2 days. Intense. And that's still leaving about 35 to 40 pages of what else I want to
That
put
joint
in.
got chapters and verses. That's
So the
crazy.
next time we do it, yeah. Like, that's how we building out, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. What in my mind, what we about to do now, bro, like on a cool, I changed everything I want to do for this building. Bernard, let me say this to you loud. You was right, bro. I was talking to B one time and B said, bro, like, I don't think we should be worrying about no podcast rooms. He said, bro, I just don't think that's best use case. And you know, I'm like, no, man, you tripping, man. We go,
You trapped them. You basically hit them with the trap.
man, I ain't tripping.
No. Times 5.
And then, you know, you peel back and you be like, all right, like, once we did the first couple events in here, I was like, I'm not a peer space. I'm an educator. So I said, man, I gotta tell my dog B, he was right, bro. So B, I gotta salute you in front of the world, bro.
Now he gonna be like, Jose, clip that up for me real quick so I
And
can
send me
play
that in the email. Say I was right. Yeah.
Send it in Slack.
Yeah, so we not worrying about renting podcast rooms out and all that, bro. Straight breakout rooms, breakout sessions, stuff like that, bro. But yeah, man, like, this gonna be good. So anyway, do in-person have to print it out too? Yes. Everybody need to print their workbook out. In person, print your workbook out. Virtual, print your workbook out. Print your workbook out.
Some of y'all need to get some ink, or y'all need to go up to Staples, Walgreens,
Miss April, make sure we send that email out. Make sure we say in person, print your workbook out. Because they may think it's just for virtual. Print the workbook. If you come in person, print your workbook out. Print your workbook out. Print your workbook out. And it would definitely be better if you did it in color, because we put a lot of work into that. Now, you go black and white, I ain't tripping, but print your workbook.
Some of y'all do need to go black and white, because I seen you ain't got no ink in that printer at the house. I already see what y'all joint doing. And hey, babe, I see you in the chat.
Oh, man. All right, Ashley, what's good, queen? All right, let's get to it, man. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we on the screen? All right, cool. Let's get it. All right, so first we're going to start off with this spy. We're going to start off with this spy first off, just so we can lock in right quick. I want to show y'all something. This is real dope. Show y'all something that's real interesting when you look at this. So just looking at the SPY right quick. So this is on the weekly right quick. So this is where I make. All right, so I want to show y'all something that's going to be real interesting that I think you should look at. So y'all know we got the 50, you know we got the 20, you know we got that lined up. Right, but if you look at it, I want to show you something. Notice that you only have, and this would make me look at something. So notice at the top of that trend line right there, You only have so much room. Now, if we just go back to, let me do this right quick. If we just go back to this weekly, and I just took this all the way back to probably COVID, right? Notice how we get COVID lows, we get the bear market, we get the 2023, we get the 3 bounces on it, we get a run up, we get the April lows, and then we get a bounce. Now notice something, here's what I seen that was real interesting. Sean, you're gonna love this, watch this. Notice right here, in this area right here, and this is just me going through it fast. Notice in this area right here, you get a double tap on the trend line, and then you get the full-on downtrend. Stage 4 is in full effect right there, right? Then you get your lower high here, your higher low right here, you get your higher low right here. Right? It's a broad view right here. It's an overhead view coming from the weekly, right? Without getting all, this is demand shelf, this is compression, without getting into all that, broad view. So then I noticed something, bro. Like when you come here, we get one touch here. What if we get another touch right there and it follows suit? That's not a far-fetched idea.
And we coming up on January too, so.
That's not a far-fetched idea.
Yeah.
And so even though we thinking about 700, we thinking about remember I said we think about 7,000. That was, listen, so I'm just like doing science on it. I'm like watching the science on it, and I'm like, we could hit that, but what happens if we hit it and then the sell-off falls right there after it? Now, mind you, looking at this on the weekly, so this is bigger picture thinking right here. Like this is a trend from a 5-year time span.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You're looking at it from a top 5-year time span. Somebody said if it was a fifth, shit, I'd have been drunk on a bunch of ifs. Shit, who you telling? I'd have been drunk on a bunch on them. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'm just saying, like, even with the SPY, you only have, if it stays consistent with the rest of this, is all I'm saying. And here's what I will say. This is a 5-year trend line. This is a 5-year trend line. This is not a 2-week. This is not a 3-week. This is a 5-year. Now, are we saying that it can't break that line? Of course not. But here's what I will say. You gotta respect it until it tells you otherwise.
Yeah. It eventually gotta pull back.
You gotta respect it until it tells you otherwise. So in my mind, I noticed something. Now I told my Patreon people this. I said, y'all, I said, I wasn't really tripping on jumping in a lot of plays. But the market has been really tight. It's been tight since Thanksgiving. We haven't been having a lot of volume. We haven't been having a lot of run-ups. It's been really, really tight. Of course, individual stocks been, doing certain things, but it's been tight. Not a lot of volume. We haven't been having like 1% days. Think about it, since Thanksgiving. Ever since, watch this. Ever since the Twin Tower days, ever since the 2 Twin Towers, the last we haven't been having 1% days on the SPY. Everything been really under 1%. So that tells us we've been having really tight movement. Now, we've been having certain stocks that run and do something, but overall as a collective, it's been tight. And I'm like, yo. And I told him, I said, hey, bro, I think that, it's the build up to what's going to happen tomorrow. Even today, I'm like, man, we made a play, 2 plays, and I'm like, I think it's just a build up for, and the plays I made today, I told you, I said, bro, it wasn't really big plays. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a quarter of a position of what I would usually do.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been going all in. And it's not because I'm just trying to, it's because I can feel like the market needs something. And I'm respecting this. I'm like, bro, we at the top of that trend line. So even if we did hit 700, my thing is, what's next? Do we jump on top of the line? Okay. Or do we do an armed robbery where we pump fake, hit the top of the line, sell off just to reboot then? I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then again, you go to the daily, I see it. Now, again, from there, do you come back down to the Twin Tower line, 652? You feel me? So that's why I know like I ain't been putting a lot. I've been really cautious, not trying to catch individual stocks, but just watching how tight the market been trenched. And you got to pay attention to that. It's been low volume, really, really tight movements, bro. So that means like overall, like we ain't doing a lot. Even if you just look at this right here. That's really tight movement right there, bro.
I think that previous day before it, or that previous day before you circled it, literally all those days that we just had literally fit into that one day. We had that run up.
Look at it. Them previous 3 candles was, you know what I'm saying? Then the big stuff. So what happened was buyers bounce off that 652 support. They bounce off that and say, you know, we get above the Twin Towers, and then they just.
I think it fell actually because of Trump. I think Trump.
Yeah, that was the Trump sell-off.
Literally. And then
that was we talk about the soybean.
Yep. And then.
So, bro, I'm just really like, you know, for me, it's not about, you know, here's my favorite word. I'm cautiously optimistic. Right? Like, and I think sometimes we can be blindly optimistic.
Come on.
Right? We can be blindly optimistic where we just keep saying the market's gonna go up, the market's gonna go up. Yes, it will go up, but what has to happen in between time? So just being cautiously optimistic right there. All right, so that's what I see on that, man. I see us, you know, just real cautious about that. I just want to pay attention to it. You know, I think we can hit the 7. Depends on what happens tomorrow. Also, let's talk about this too, though. Tomorrow, we know the rate cut is coming, right? Unless Jerome just do something crazy. But tomorrow is not so much about the rate cut. Tomorrow is more so about, will they talk about quantitative easing, and will they talk about a rate cut for January 2026?
Can you break those down for like the beginner trappers though?
Yep, so tomorrow is going to talk about, the market wants to hear, remember, we always say what, George, the market is a what? Forward-looking mechanism. This rate cut is already priced in. So this rate cut already priced in. So tomorrow they want to hear what we looking at for January. Are you going to put some more money? Now, we know that the Fed did. Y'all gotta go check out these YouTubes I be dropping on a personal page. Yo, they be full of game, bruh. So we know that the Fed did what's called a $13.5 million injection in the repo markets. And that is simply the markets where the banks are strapped for liquidity, so they go get some money from the Fed. But they got to return that money. So the banks needed money overnight. So the Fed injects them with that bread, right? That's an injection. You're like, well, that don't mean too much because they got to give it back, right? Now, the thing about that is, though, the Fed also stopped quantitative tightening. So let's talk about what that is. So during COVID, we put trillions of dollars in the economy, and everybody thought that was free money. It's not free money. Well, remember during COVID, interest we was at 9%. So we've been trying to get that 9% down since 2022. We've been trying to get that thing down back to 2% from 9%. That's tough. Because watch this. It's easy to go from 9 to 5. Once you get to 5, I'm gonna say this, it's easy to go from 9 to 4. That's 75, 0.75%, 50%, 25%. You could do that. But the closer you get to 2, now you get into that. It's like, I always use this analogy where you ever had to put a screw, like a bolt in a nut on a screw, and when you get closer to it, you gotta start it take a little, you gotta, that's where we at right now. We in that phase where they trying to tighten that screw on there, that bolt on there. It's gonna take a lot to get that thing back to 2%. So I'm thinking they might gotta settle, and I said this a long time ago, once you put that much money in the market, 2 ain't the goal no more. 2.5 gotta be the goal, maybe even 3. 2 is gonna take a lot to get to 2. So that's kind of where we at right now. So now what's happening is, during COVID, the Fed was spending $60 billion a day on buying U.S. treasuries. That's what they were spending. They were spending $60 billion a day. That's how the injection looked. So the injection came a few ways. They was buying treasuries. They got watch this, they got the Fed balance sheet up to $9 trillion. Right? And then they was doing the stimulus. Well, now, for 3.5 years, they've been doing what's called tightening, which means we're not buying nothing. And so now the balance sheet done came down from 9 trillion to about 6.2. So I mean, they took about 2.6, my math might be off a little bit, out the market. So that's liquidity gone. Now, the miraculous thing about that is, usually when something like that happens, the market falls off. Well, if you go look at this trend right here, watch this. If we go back to the weekly, watch this. That's where you get this at. Right? We not buying, we not spending no more money. All right, boom, okay, market falls. Because it's a shock. What you mean you're putting more money in the market? What you mean? So the market gets shook, right? Then we go through some other stuff, sells off, all right? We understand that. And then the market does what it always does. What does it do? It adjusts. And then we get the rally. Took some time, we get to 2023. AI, what was the theme that got us through 2023, 2024? AI. NVIDIA, leading the pack. Whew. We have $100 days in NVIDIA. And then you wake up one morning, NVIDIA up $100, you're like, golly, right? So you get the AI to, that got us out of that hole. But now the Fed is back saying, hey, we ain't tightening no more. So now the market said, this might be good. Because after tightening comes what? Easing again. So now the market want to know now, are you about to put some more money back in the market? So that's why now Trump is saying, hey, bruh, notice he done now said, you need to cut them rates by 0.75%. Not even just a quarter no more. Which is now why he's being advocate for the dude Kevin Hazlitt. Like, hey, bruh, this is my new guy. Why? Because he's bullish on the market. He's bullish on the economy. He's bullish on crypto.
By 3/4. Like, why? Like, some people be like, well, what's the difference between a quarter?
Cheap money.
Okay.
Cheap money. So here's the thing. Wealthy people, so that's why it's always a game between the have and the have-nots, man. That's why you got to get on the have side. Fucking shit. It's always, hey, Miss Janet, it's always a game between the haves and the have-nots. And that's why you got to get on the have side. And I'm not saying that in no, bad way. And I don't mean specifically a dollar amount. I mean from the perspective on how you see what's going on. As long as you keep saying, man, this ain't fair, that ain't fair, you on the have-not side. As long as you keep saying, man, what they doing ain't right, you on the have-not side. This America. It ain't gonna never, it wasn't constructed right. From start, we on stolen land. How the hell you ever, listen, how you start something is how you finish it. We ain't start right.
Heal, my nigga, God, please heal.
on, man. We ain't start right. That'd be crazy. We ain't start right. How you want something to be right when from conception it wasn't right? It ain't never gonna be fair here, bro. And I keep saying this and people keep just like acting like I'm tripping when I say this, but once you make your vote, you have did your civic duty. And I don't care who you vote for. That don't got nothing to do with me. Let's get back to the money. Let's take care of our family. Let's help the people around us. Because I believe we should do that. I believe we should be stewards of our community. I believe we should be stewards of our family because we know nobody ain't going to take care of us, so we got to take care of us. But I believe once you do your civic duty and voting, let's get back to it. So my thing is simply this. You got to start thinking like a have. You got to stop thinking like a have not. Have-nots look for fairness and they look for people to save them. The have say, bet, I see what's going on, let me adjust. What adjustments you making? Because they adjusting. And I know what y'all gonna say, Trap, man, everybody, I hate when people say this. The average person, stop being average then. Stop being average then. What I said in the earlier opening up, I said, listen, there's a version of you that is already financially free. There's a version of you that's already wealthy. There's a version of you that's already a game changer. There's a version of you that has already changed opportunities with people in your family. The problem is you making decisions now that's taking you off the track to be the version of you that's already printed out. I ain't coming to play with y'all tonight. Anyway, that's how I feel. So anyway, that's why he wanted this dude in office, right? So now we just got to see now, tomorrow is a big day. It's not about the rate cut. It's about what is the tone. What is he saying about 2026? Is he saying we uncertain about? Now you got to know how JP played the game. He talking riddles. He talking riddles. We need more sentiment. We need more. He ain't gonna never tell y'all what he doing. Now he might go out like Mike Jackson with a bang. I ain't doing nothing. Screw the market. He might go out with a bang. Anyway, let's get a little further into what we looking at, y'all. All right, so let's go to the cues right quick. Same thing. We don't got to change nothing up, y'all. We gonna got... Y'all funny, bro. Y'all funny. We don't got to change nothing up if we just looking at the cues. I be losing my thing right here. I'm going to come from here. Now, the cues are a little bit different. When you look at the cues, they're a little bit different simply because it still does have room to run up at the top. But remember, the cues are held by what? Technology, which has been running the market. Now, y'all know, if y'all been on my Sunday show that we dropped on the episode, y'all know this has been my favorite line on the Sunday show right here. Why? Because you have 1, 2, 3, you have that touch right there that you can't get past. Let's go to the daily, see how I line up. Like clockwork. Now notice how the cues have been stuck right here. Stuck right there. Stuck right there. So the cues definitely have room to run, but again, with NVIDIA, Apple not having their best, I don't too much know how I feel about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. The Qs can run without the S&P. The Qs can definitely run without S&P. And they right in a sweet spot. Right? But you need to see them get on top of, but they got the same. If you look at the Qs, you see the same thing. It's really, really tight. Let's do something to even help us with that. Look at that volume. See? The volume tell us. Volume is below average. Look how low that volume is. Wasn't it something I said? I said, yo, the volume been low. It's been really, really tight. Look how that volume is below that line. Now, the good thing about the Qs is they both above the 20 and the 50. Y'all know that's my thing right there. I like taking all plays above the 20 and the 50. Watch how we break that down in the workshop this weekend. Oh, my God. Y'all in for a treat this weekend. These 2 days, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all in for a treat. Put your big boy, your big girl drawers and boxes on. I forgot why we in the trap. I forgot we used to have that little sound up there.
It's still on there.
You know what I'm saying? Put them on. Put them on. Put them on. We going deep. But I like it. It's above the 50, above the 20. Not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? We can throw your fib on it right quick. Go from, oh, shit, I got the wrong one. In a good spot. Look, right in that gold. Ooh, that's sweet. It's above your golden line. It's above your 618. So again, it confirms that what? It's in what? Bullish uptrend. It's above your 618. That means it's almost, let me do this right quick to even help you out a little more. Right on that 786. So to get above that, that kind of tells us it's actually breaking that. Like above that 786 actually tells us that it's break. Like for it to fall from there is a strong, like at this point, you know the downtrend is weak if it's right here. Right, so something drastic got to happen for it to fall from here. This tells us it's almost just breaking that. You know what I'm saying? So, again, the Qs confirm right here. They are in it is strong. But, again, look how tight that volume is. Look how tight those candles are. Small body candles that's really, really tight. Look at that volume, really, really tight. You can say that the buyers are in control, but you also can say that like they compressed. That's what I want to say. Like, the buyers are in control, but they are compressed. You feel what I'm saying? Well, Trap, what do you mean compressed? Because they not like, let me show you when buyers are really in control and they talking crazy. This is buyers in control talking crazy. You see the size of them candles? That's buyers in control talking crazy. You feel me? That's buyers in control talking crazy. Volume is low, but look at this huge spike, but it's not low. Look how it already trade on not really high volume anyway. So you got to look at that. That's buyers in control talking crazy. Look at that. Look, if we look at the bottom, that's average. So I just want us to pay attention to that, man. Let's look at a couple more things. I'll show you a couple of plays we made in the group today. We made this TSM play today. Real dope play. This one lined up the way we wanted it. This one lined up exactly how I wanted it. I'm not gonna lie. If I open the play up for you all the way, without going through all the thesis on it all the way through. So last Friday, I forgot who I was in a group talking to. I was telling him I was looking at this play since last week. I wanted it to get above 296, and this will be something else we talk about in the thing this week. I wanted to get above 296. You want to know, Trap, where you get that 296 from? There we go right here. Just lining up off that weekly. Like, I like to get my strong positions off that weekly chart because it's less noise. It takes longer to put together. And that's what I'll be doing, just showing y'all all the other stuff. But my goal was for it to get on top of 296. Shout out to the Patreon, for sure. We got on 296, but if you look at it, we got on top of 296, and I'll tell you exactly how we did it. We got on top of 296, but notice how there was a lot of selling pressure. So sellers absorbed all of that buying pressure on this red candle. Sellers absorbed all that buying pressure. And when they absorbed all that buying pressure, buyers didn't have enough strength to turn that candle green, right? And so the next day what happened was buyers gapped up, and then what happened, right? Buyers gapped up, right? But then sellers pushed us down, almost back to that 296, and then what? Buyers did what? Absorbed all the selling pressure. So today what I did was, here we go. Today what I did was, we got in today. Why? Because it got above my 296, but then we got past the opening of the previous candle. So that gave me a confirmation for me that buyers were ready to step up a little more. We got in at about 299, 300, got all the way up to 302, 303. So it really did good. I'm thinking about printing that workbook out. It damn sure is work. I'm telling y'all, man, I went crazy in that workbook, y'all. So this was a good play for us today in the Patreon. If you want to come join the Patreon, Jose gonna drop the link. Now, I'll also tell y'all another play we made. Y'all gonna see it in a minute. Made this Robin Hood play, and I told my people that on this Robin Hood play, I said, look, this is gonna be a risky play. Right? And I don't mind telling them that so they can know what we up against when we make the play. Again, trend line intact. Now notice how Robin Hood is under that trend line. It's under the line. It's under the line. So under that line is no man's line. Under that trend line is no man's line. You're supposed to let it get on top of the trend and confirm it won't go where it got to go at. But I told the squad, I said, look, I like the momentum that it has. Right? I said, this is a risky play, though. Why is it risky? Because we still in no man's land. Right? We somewhere we don't supposed to be. Right? And so I told him, I said, we're going to make the stop on this one really, really tight. So I want the stop to be somewhere like, I think somewhere, I forgot what I told him. I think I told him somewhere right here, somewhere right there. If we look on a daily, what did it do? Got all the way to that trend line, and then it did what? Seller said, man, y'all tripping. Got really, really close. Seller said, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Now, what I do like about it, is this. On a daily, it is above both. On a 4 hour, same. On a daily, same. On a 1 hour, same. On a weekly, same. So, got confidence in it, but I'll be honest with you. You know, it's in no man's land. It is in no man's land. And so I told him that. I said, this one is a little risky. Because it's in no man's land, I actually had told him 138 would be a good play for us to get in it. That's what I do. Soft, whatever. That's what I do. But that's what I do. So that's it. So it is a little risky. And we'll see. So we can get on top of maybe, I don't know, 138, 140. We'll see something better with them right there. Last but not least, I know what everybody want to look at, Jose, before we go, you hear me? I know what everybody want to look at. I know what y'all want to see. I know what y'all want to see. And so if I'm really being honest with y'all, and I told my team this, I told the Patreon this, like I love talking to them in the Patreon because they be on their shit too, you hear me? I told them something that I think is essential, right? Like, so if you just look right here, we'll go first place here. Right here, right? Why? Because that was your high, came down, right? So, and I told my Patreon something. I said, look, y'all, looks good on there too, yep. I said, look, y'all, this without even doing anything else. I said, if NVIDIA can't bust 191 with a strong close, I'm gonna let it be. And if you notice, it's really been in this same zone. Maybe about right. It's been in this zone right here. It's been in that same little zone. It's been in that same little zone, y'all. And so that's why I ain't, you know, like there's two entries. I always say there's three entries. There's the riskiest entry where you anticipating. There's the entry where you are close to your, whether you're breaking retest or your whatever you're looking for, and then there's your confirmation. That's the one. So your confirmation your confirmation is the best trade you can make. Because confirms it's gonna go the way you can go. That gives you the highest probability. There's always an ABC trade to me. The A trade is the one, and when I mean it, it's the A trade is not the A plus trade. It's the one that has the most risk, but you anticipatory. So you're getting in the head and shoulder before you see the left shoulder form. You're getting in the bull flag before you see the breakout. You're getting in the bear flag. You see it forming before the breakout. You see the double top forming before it confirm you play the short. You see the double bottom forming, you get in before it double five. You see the inverted head and shoulders, and before it already inverts, that's your anticipatory. That's the C trade. That's the most riskiest trade, but that was gonna have the biggest upside. Then there's the next trade where once you let it form, but you didn't get the confirmation. That's your B trade. Then your C trade is the best trade because you've waited till it formed, you waited to get confirmation, and still then you get into it. There's always three levels to a trade, and you got to realize which one you in, because depending on which one you in, lets you know how much risk you should take, lets you know how much you put in. If you in the A trade, you shouldn't try to bet the house on the A trade. If you're in the B trade, you shouldn't try to bet the house on the B trade. But in the C trade, which is the one that gave you the confirmation, you still don't bet the house, but I'm okay with you saying I'm willing to put a little more in this one than I would the A and the B trade. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, man, I'm telling y'all, man, come to the event this weekend, man. We going crazy. All right, Jose, let's get to it, man. All right, what we got to talk about, man? All right, man, I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. On the charts, having a little fun. Trap on the charts. Let's go. Oh, we got the recession portfolio. Come on, man. Let's talk about this money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Right? Come this weekend, man. Come join the Patreon, man. We getting busy. Man, I can't wait to see this. Damn, what happened? What was the GEV play? How the hell? Damn, I must have lost some overnight. Let me see. That's for the market close. Anyway, watch this, y'all. What is up right now? Boy, that thing's still up $38. So that's gonna be a positive. I'm gonna probably be up about 50 grand on that joker in the morning, cuz. Shelby, you in the building? I'm getting out in the morning. I'm getting out, G. I promise if GV stay up $38, I'm leaving in the morning. I'm leaving. I'm not overstaying my welcome. Call me a break-even seller. Break-even seller, man. Break-even seller. Break-even seller. All right, so ASML. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Where my guy Dev at? Dev asked me the other day. He said, Trap, should we take profit on ASML? And I didn't realize, again, I was just a little heavy what I had going on. It had hit all-time high for the second time. I would have said yes. I didn't realize that after I saw it, I was like, we're still positive. We're still good on it. We like the ASML play. We like ASML. It's been fighting for us. We got it to April. We good. ABGO was a play we put in, I think, last week. You put that play in? Last week? So you got in that, George? Nigga be being quiet. So we got in the ABGO play. GEV right there. GEV, right? No, I like CRDO. Y'all tripping. We ain't getting no play yet, but I like it. It did what we said it was gonna do. Hit all-time high. It came all the way back down. Now we looking for it to turn. If it don't turn, we cool. That's a winner. A great earnings call too. Oh, we like CRDO. But GEV, listen, y'all, this play, I have $389,000 in this play. So you're looking at it now at $82,000. That's only like 19%. It's probably down like 19%, but it's up $39 right now. So that's gonna put me at break even. It's gonna put me on the top of break even. I'll probably be up like 50 grand. I'm out of there in the morning. With an expiration date of January the 16th, I'm out of there in the morning. I'm talking about, I'm gone. Beep, beep. We used to be saying, y'all, cereal time. I'm out of there in the morning. So that's gonna be good. That's good money on that AVGO. I mean that GEV. Nate, that's it, Nate. Nate say break even sellers unite. Listen, shout out to Nate. Shout out to Shelby. Shout out to people in the Patreon. Listen, we fought with AVGO for at least 5 months. I mean, GEV. We had got positive by like 2% that Thursday on an NVIDIA call. That Wednesday, bro, we got up Thursday, was like, yeah. $53 in one day. I said, oh my God. Help me. Nigga. And Shelby said, Trap, we should get our GV right now. I said, why? Why? We here. Shelby said, damn, Trap. I said, my bad, Shelby. But here we go. We here. Break even sellers. That's where we at. So listen, GEV in the morning, I just need you to hold up. That's all I need you to hold up. I need you to stay on top of that 663. I need you to stay on top. There goes Shelby. There goes my family. Shelby said, Trap, what we doing? I said, what we leaving for? 2 hours later. Damn, we got flushed, fam. We got flushed. Oh my God. Oh man, Shelby, we out in the morning. We out. Yo, Doe, let me out. We out in the morning, man. We out in the morning. So GEV, we out of that. Gold, I still like the gold play. Think it's gonna do its thing on us, you feel me? I still like gold. And here's why I like gold. I like the gold because, watch this. With the rate cut, money is cheaper, right? With money being cheaper, we seeing a lot of people, countries, buy more what? Gold and silver. I truly think, and if you look at gold, from the time we got in it, it hasn't really went down. It's just been consolidated in the same little spot, right? So I truly think with this rate cut, that gold is definitely going to go up. And I think we in the perfect position, right? I think we're in a perfect position for gold. Now, if it gets to like 39 or something like that, 33, I think then we can say, all right, we good. We cut it and we go, we ain't got to watch it. So I like that. Robinhood, that was the play we got in today. That go to Meta call. That was the Meta call we put in once it broke 638. Got into that call. That's the old Meta call, the January, the 800 call that we averaged down in. Still in that one. We in the NVIDIA call. To April, 210. Let's go a little further. Palantir call. What Bain at? Bain used to be saying in the group, man, Palantir pissing me off. Bain, we finally broke. We got some daylight on the Palantir call, right? Alex Karp giving us some daylight on that. So we like that. That go my baby. STX. Such a savage. Such a savage. Such a savage. And I'm not going to lie. STX put us under pressure for a little bit, right? Nate, 100%. 100%. Shazam, 100%. I do think we're going to get out of it, man. I promise, man. We just got to thug it out for a little bit. But I do, if Meta, I do have another call for us than Meta, if it can do what I want it to do. Also, again, I just think the market been really tight right now. STX has definitely been a banger for us. This is our third time being in this play. Ate off it twice. This time is really, this is our third time eating off this play. This is our third time. First time it ran through the roof. These two times right here. Hold on. Hello? Oh, man, I know. I thought you was my daughter, man. Don't be calling me. Thought that was my daughter, cut.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say.
I thought that was Shorty Doo-Wop, yeah?
It was either your daughter or a threat.
Yeah. I thought that was Shorty Doo-Wop, yeah?
Like, shoot.
Yeah, I forgot, y'all. My bad, y'all. I was rushing today. My bad, y'all. I apologize. I was supposed to white them out. My bad. I apologize. That go to TSM play we got in. That was good. My bad, y'all. Patreon, my bad. I apologize. Supposed to white them out. My bad. But y'all letting the people know about y'all saying it. Y'all should just not say it nothing. You you feel me? Yeah. But my bad. There we go, but I go to TSM play, UNH, and Visa. So that's what we got in there. Definitely see a lot of shake back going on right there. Definitely feeling good about the plays. Yeah, Nate, I think, yeah, we might gotta. Yeah, I don't like UNH. I don't like the UNH play, Nate. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it ain't doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing. Ain't giving us nothing. Yeah, I ain't giving us nothing. So anyway, that's what we got right there. Oh, we sold a Netflix play earlier today, took that little L, and I also took it out my Freedom Index. Let's go a little further. Huh? Well, I still like Netflix. I just think that there's too much going on right now, and I don't like my money wrapped up in political stuff. You know what I mean? I just like to go about my business. All right, here we go on that. We up 39% on the buy and hold, which is really good. CrowdStrike, Goldman Sachs, Meta, NVIDIA, PLTR and USAR. I sold Netflix. It was minor, like maybe $1,000 off. But again, I don't like everything they got going on right now. So I said, I'm good.
You cut Costco too, I see.
Who?
Costco too.
Yeah, we cut that last 2 weeks ago or something like that. Yeah, we ain't like that. So that's what we got, man. That's the Freedom Index, and that is the recession portfolio. Let's go. All right, man, word on the street. All right, so Trump to unveil a $12 billion bailout. President Trump plans a $12 billion bailout to support U.S. farmers hurt by his trade policies as they face higher cuts, record harvests, and billions is lost in soybean sale to China, which has shifted to South America supplies amid negotiations. Now, you may not think that that is important, but, you know, your boy did some research. And I talked about this on this is why y'all need to go look at the Sunday drops that we do. It's important because I talk about this, right? So here's how this went. This is why, so we were saying, man, why the market sell off on soybeans? Okay, watch this. Here's why this is important. Here's what people don't talk about, right? So China spends about $17 billion a year buying soybeans from U.S. farmers. So they buy about 50% of their soybeans from the U.S. every year. Well, with tariffs, that went away. China just says, you know what? I'm straight. So China went to Argentina, which is the third largest soybean producer outside of America. I want to say, damn, who the third one is? It's America, Brazil, and Argentina. So those are the big three, the United States, Brazil, Argentina. And so what happened was, so when China took that to Argentina, that left a $13 billion gap in American farmers who make their money off of what? Producing soybeans. We not gonna fill that void, right? So that's why that was a big thing. That's why that tweet was such a big tweet, because China was like, all right, bro, cool. I'm not even about to trip with y'all no more. Go over here, all right? So that's $13.5 billion worth of soybeans being produced that now American farmers are just sitting on. So that's where this bailout gonna come from. But it goes deeper than that. So we go a little further, watch this. If we go a little further, we don't have that slide, this is me talking, Jose. If we go a little further, watch this. So then what China does is, now remember this, what you don't know is, we know that Argentina, their economy has been in a crisis. Their money is horrible. Their currency is in the gutter. Their economy doesn't have jobs, right? And it's just, it's getting real, it's horrible over there. So what China did was, China said, okay, check this out. We're gonna buy some soybeans from y'all, and China gave them $5 billion as a loan. So America sat back and said, wait a minute, we can't let that happen, because China is trying to build up their currency. You feel me? And so if China builds that relationship with Argentina, that's another country that America doesn't have as an ally. Watch what I'm about to talk to y'all about. America, go look back in October, it's in the headlines. You probably ain't paying no attention. This is why I love the market, because the market, you know what I love about the market, bro? Like, this is why I say everybody, you gotta learn like economics at least on a basic level, so you can know how people just doing business around the world, because that's affecting everything that we got going on. But we just be so caught up in what's going on in America till we don't be really knowing what's shifting America. So watch this. America says, wait, we can't let China, because China is gaining momentum, right? They're gaining a lot of momentum. The problem is the Chinese, and this is what people don't know, like, and people don't realize though, the Chinese currency isn't trusted around the world like the dollar is. Watch this, yet. The yet is the big thing right there. Yet is the big thing right there. So when America sees that, America said, all right, wait, hold up. We can't do that. So America loans Argentina $20 billion US. Now, why is that essential? Because right now, the USD is still the world reserve currency. It's still used 49.9% in all transactions around the world. It's still the dominant currency. Even though countries like Russia and stuff not using it, America is still the dominant currency in the world, particularly because it's not backed by, but it's also connected to petrol. So it's also considered the petrodollar, meaning you gotta buy oil in the American dollar, right? Of course, Russia, China doing their own thing, some other countries, but predominantly, that's what it is, right? So that $20 billion injection to Argentina, but then they did a currency swap. So Argentina gave us $20 billion in pesos, right? We don't really need the pesos, but we made them say, hey, check this out. Y'all gotta pay us the $20 billion back in American dollars with interest, right? So Argentina says, dang, like, that's cool. So now they can take that American dollar, and then say, back, guess what? We can go buy what? Commodities. And then America also says, hey, we might got another $20 billion for you. Okay, so now you're like, bruh, why the hell is America giving up our money like that? Well, let's go a little further. Argentina is connected to what's called the lithium triangle. The lithium triangle is Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. Let me say it right. Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. All right? So watch this. Well, lithium is used for all this AI stuff we got going on. Those three countries together represent 65% of all lithium in the world. What does that do? That puts them now in a situation where they say, America, since y'all gave us this money, you know what? We ain't really tripping on China. Well, let's go a little further. I talked about, this is why I gotta go watch my Sunday videos. We talked about Trump signing a bill called the Genesis. And what that did was he made AI infrastructure a mandatory, like we gotta pay attention to AI. And then he came back and signed what? A robotics deal, saying we going heavy on robotics. Well, AI infrastructure and robotics need what? Lithium. Oh my God. Are we not giving game right here? All right, so now what happens is you don't really knock China off, but you now build a relationship back with Argentina that says, hey, check this out. We gave y'all $20 billion. We willing to give y'all another $20 billion. You gotta pay us back in American money. But you know we're gonna need that lithium. Also, let's not forget, Donald Trump and the US administration also owns what? Technology companies. They took a vested interest in what? Technology companies, precious metals companies, robotic companies. Intel, MP, and the lithium company. Chestnut checkers. Chestnut checkers. AI, I don't care what nobody say, it's not a bubble. People are just positioning themselves so that after they shake everybody out, you got to start thinking like a have and not a have-not. Start looking at the market in years, not in months. So I wrote something down. I was thinking about this on the way here. Watch this. It was talking about capitalism. And it said, and I wrote this, I kind of dug in it. In a capital market economy, innovation will always create new business opportunities. But once the initial competition settles, and the battle then becomes about efficiency. Because after the hoopla is over, all the fake players will get drowned out, and it will be all about efficiency. Efficiency means lower costs. Lower costs drives more profitability. Whoever can be the most profitable can then be the most competitive, and that ensures a leader. So what do you see right now happening in the AI space? Companies are now saying what? We need to be more efficient. Come on, man. This is like going over everybody's head right now.
You know, when people be taking notes, that's what's it's good.
If you're looking at the companies right now in the game, go look at what they saying for them last earnings. All technology companies been saying what? Efficiency. We laying people off for what? Efficiency. We doing this for what? Efficiency. We doing this for what? Efficiency. That let us know we going into the next phase of this. We going into the next phase of this. 2023, 2024, what they was doing on every earnings call, this company said AI 10 times, 50 times, 70 times, 80 times. That's the hoopla phase. That's the craze phase. It ain't that no more. Your stock not gonna just run up if you say, yep, we got AI. You now gotta show what is it doing. That's why Meta said, hey, we're gonna have to go on cut 30% of that because, hey, we gotta show, we gotta be more efficient. AI is not a bubble when you look at the market from a year standpoint and not a month standpoint. Let's go a little further, man. I hope y'all got that. That was a good game. All right, it's December. All we seeing is Santa Claus rally. So if we just go through this from a perspective of what we normally get. So when we look at this, we got to ask ourselves, what happened? So the Santa Claus rally spans the last 5 years, the last 5 trending days of the year and the first 2 of the next year. Since 1950, the S&P index has risen during this time about 80% of the time. Let's see. Somebody say there's nothing wrong with efficiency, but why is no one talking about people getting hired for a position and then their job description changes like 5 times in 3 months for the same pay? What do you want us to say about it? You can't tell people how to run their job, how to run their business. What you want us to say about it? There's nothing wrong with efficiency, but why is no one talking about people getting hired for a position and their job descriptions change about 3? Would you want them to fire you? Would you rather the job description change, or would you rather them to say, we don't have that role, we've eliminated that role? Stop looking for fair. We just talked about that. Stop looking for fair. You looking for fair. So you want the fair thing to happen. You want the fair thing to happen.
Because I'm about to say, they could cut you.
They can cut you. Hey, we don't got that job title no more. And now you're going to be saying, well, you could have just changed my title.
Mm-hmm. And you don't get no severance at that short period of time.
You feel me? You know what? Now you ain't getting no severance, no nothing. We good. What you want? You want me to change the title, give you the same pay, or you don't really want the job no more? Because we don't got that job no more. We don't got that title no more. We moved on from that project. They're going to say we being efficient. We're being efficient. We eliminated that whole sector. We eliminated that. America ain't never been fair, man. We looking for fair. You better go move to Portugal somewhere. That's it. You ain't getting fair here, bro. Anyway, so the last 5 days of the trading year, this is for people who didn't understand what the Santa Claus rally is. So it's the last 5 days of the trading year and the first 2 of the next year. Since 1950, the S&P has risen during this period of time, 80% of the time. %80 of the time. So let's make a poll, Jose. Do they think we getting a rally? All right, let's go a little further. They push for fear, but don't push this. The S&P has gained $2.5 trillion in market cap since November 20th low. The index is up 16.2% so far in 2025. Right? And here's what I be wanting to tell y'all. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I've said this a million times. I've said this in my Patreon a million times, bro. Like, stop letting other people put their fear on y'all. Stop letting people do you that. Stop letting people put their fear on you. Here's what you gotta do, yo. I be on YouTube and I be like, bro, like these people pushing the hell out of that fear. Right? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Watch this. I'm gonna tell you why people push fear. Watch this. Man, it's about to be heavy. Most people are financially threatened anyway. And so when you push a fearful financial headline, the headline, you are looking for a headline to feed into your fear. You are looking for a headline that confirms your fear. That's why fear tactics work. That's why when people say, man, the market gonna run up, people don't believe that. They be like, oh man, you being too optimistic. But when people say the market gonna fall, go look on Instagram, go look on YouTube. I will put my finger on a chopping block. My finger. If you compare fearful headlines to optimistic headlines, thumbnails and titles, the fearful ones, blow it out the water.
You know, B, I be trying to push it too sometimes for the algorithm's sake.
They blow it out the water. Cause anything that's talking about financial trouble or financial chaos, people gonna click it.
Yep, you're gonna eat it right up.
Because it solidifies, ooh, that's good. I went and dug that one up. It solidifies their financial distrust. It solidifies it. Go look at all the market crash videos. They go crazy. You be in the middle of a bull market. The market gonna crash. 1 million views. And here I am talking about these 3 ETFs.
Numbers tanking, but that joint going up. That's when I send you the link. Like, hey, we might need
these three ETFs. Look at this stock right here. They be like, man, Trap, man, you gotta scare us, dog. This is how you make money in the market. Market about to crash, 1 million views. I'm telling you, because people want, I've never understood that.
It's the think about the news.
Yeah.
Bruh, I don't even watch the news.
Bro, the news puts, but that's it though.
It's like 2% good.
People buy into what matches their, but confirms their fear. Ooh, that's good.
Yes.
It confirms it. People go buy into that. People buy into it. Not realizing that, like, bro, if you just take a step back, like, if you in a Patreon, bro, they can probably tell you, like, and they, you know, every time somebody coming up with that, I be like, bro, man, go ahead with that, man. Market about to fall, y'all. Man, go ahead with that, man. And it's not even that I'm trying to disregard that the market is gonna fall. But what's the other side of it? Like, this is how you protect yourself, y'all. Like, don't be going all in right here, y'all. Don't be maxing out right here, bro. Like, hey, you know the market, hey, cut. Market was falling out. I was like, hey, y'all, we probably get back 5-7%. We all right. Healthy pullback. We're up 7 months in a row. We all right, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the crazy part. Our brain, 80% of our daily thoughts are negative.
I can believe that.
So that's just a normal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our brain is always trying to keep us safe. So in the space, you just feeding that unconscious or that negative bias.
And what you're doing is you building that tranche is what it's called. You building that this is word about to bust my ass. Right? You're building that neurological
there it is.
tranche
you got it.
in your head. Like Scrooge McDuck. You just build it. And the more you think that, that's why I'll be on the other side. I'll be what's the word I want to say here? I be fighting it from the different angle. Like, I'm always the optimistic person. Like, nah, bro, like, yeah, it might fall a little bit, but this was gonna happen. Here's what the opportunity is. Hey, y'all, don't trip, y'all. Calm down, pump your brakes. Yep, it is doing that. Here's the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's always my eyes. That's always my mindset. It's because, bro, I promise you this, once you go into that negative dump, it's hard to come up out of there, especially with the market. Man, the market going to zero. Man, about to fall 20%. What, 20%? We just did that in April. You gonna do it twice in 1 year? I tell Sean and told Sean that. Sean said, man, we might go. I say, Sean, we not getting it. I say, Sean, we did 20-something% early. We not getting that. Did I not say that, Sean?
Okay, in my defense.
What'd he say?
In my defense. I didn't think it was going to drop 20. I thought it'll pull back a little bit, like 5, 8, 10. Because Trump, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Sean said, man, we might get 10%. I said, Sean, we ain't getting 10. Not this year.
And I did look at the data.
Yeah. I said, look how far it got to go for us to get 10%, bro.
Yeah.
I say, look at this drop. I say, bro, look how, you telling me it's going to go here and we already did 20-something earlier? Twice in 1 year? Man, ain't no way in the world. Logically, that just don't make sense to me. Just logically. You telling me we're going to get a 20% drop in April and another 10, 15, 20% in the end of the year? I don't even think that's feasible. Now, will we get it next year? Hell yeah. I can see it happening. I just be thinking and here's something I tell people in the Patreon all the time. And I've noticed this, like when the market have red days, like people get down. So I appreciate the people in the Patreon that be like Long Lee, you know, some of the other people, they be like, man, we ain't tripping this good. You know why, bro? Because it's easy for you to start thinking down when the market, I be like, yo, you just thinking with I be saying, you're thinking that way because the market, you just got punched in the face. You just got punched in the face. It's easy to think that way, bro. It's easy to think that the market going to zero when you just got punched in the face. Like when that off the soybean, when it fell hard, bro, I had to do overtime. I'm like, y'all, we gonna be all right. We gonna shake back. We gonna still close the year strong. Like, I really be in a picture on more on down days than I do on green days, because on green days, they self-imposing. On the red days, I got it. All right, shit. Cancel all meetings today. Chat all day. Because and it ain't their fault though, because just psychologically, it's easier to think down when the market is red, especially off a 2%, 3%, 4% day. Because now it's all on the headlines, it's all on YouTube, it's all on Instagram, and then somebody gonna say, the market just lost $1.3 trillion today. Now you're looking at your account, it's still bleeding. Now you got a headache, your blood pressure up. Now everything else tripping, your spouse tripping, the kids tripping, the dog don't want to shut up. The cat meowing loud, the neighbor knocking on the door. Everything go wrong when the market go red. Everything go wrong when the car tripping. You almost ran out of gas. You got a flat tire. The boss wants you to work overtime. You forgot to go. Everything go wrong when the market get red like that. And you be like, bruh, today you can't sleep. You up at 2 o'clock looking to see if something happened in the future. Can't go to sleep 2 o'clock in the morning. You on the side of the bed like this. Huh, man? Go to sleep, put that phone up. All right, let me check these futures right quick. Let me see what the ES doing. The E what? The ES, the minis. Let me see what they doing, man. Let me see what. Hold up, bit. Let me see what NVIDIA doing, man. Let me see if Trump said something right quick, man. Damn, dog. Trump, you ain't gonna say nothing about those all things? Damn. Say, Trap, what you think the market gonna do tomorrow? I was asleep, my nigga. I don't even know. I was asleep. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
Be 350.
the girl looking like, who we texting? No, I'm just looking at the market, baby. There ain't nobody. She talking about something. Who is GEV? That's what. Stop. Yeah, man, shit down. That nigga Trout don't know what he be doing, dog. Stupid ass stock. Man, I knew I should have took profit on that shit, man. Damn. Man, what y'all think? What's up with such? Trap? I don't know, my nigga. Be all right. Got your phone everywhere now. You ain't even much on social media. You just looking at every chart. You look at every penny. Oh, it's up 10 cents. Oh, it's up $2. Damn, shit fell on again. I'm about to average down. Hey, bro, that market pressure. Y'all know I ain't lying. That market pressure. Y'all talking about, man, Alice Clark tripping. Your girl like, who that is? Man, dude from Palantir, man. Call that man like, on a first name basis. Man, Alice Clark tripping, man. Stupid ass. Why you talking to the people like that? Who is Alice Clark, man? Oh, man, CEO of Palantir, man. Tripping, man. Stupid self, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better.
My niggas
You gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. You got to do better. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, Wall Street expects the U.S. stocks to continue a rally in 2026. Watch this. Deutsche Bank. Come on, Jose. Deutsche Bank say 8,000? They tripping. Bank of America. No, okay, I got it different. Okay, Deutsche Bank says 69. No, that's Deutsche Bank says 7,000. These are, wow. Bank of America says 71. Barclays, God, all the way out to 2027. That's huge. 2026 on up. That's like, ooh, early 7. Ooh, they see action. That's action. Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, Barclays, they see action. Oh, man, that's huge. Let's go a little further, man. Retail bulls are back, man. 44% of individual investors expressed a bullish stock market outlook over the next 6 months. In the latest AAII survey, the highest since October the 8th. The peak over the last 12 months was 45.9%. Over the last 3 weeks, this percentage has risen by 12.7% points. During the same period of time, the share of retail investors expressing bearish sentiment has declined by 18.3 points to 30, the lowest since January 23rd. As a result, the gap between bullish and bearish readings has jumped 13.5%, the second highest this year. Now, I will say this. When everybody starts saying the market is bullish, that's when we start worrying. Remember I told y'all something. The market ain't never crashed when everybody said the market was going to crash. Never in the history of the market. Crashes are always off guard. You don't see them coming. When everybody, I always say this, when the shoe shine man tell you buy stocks, we got a problem. But when the shoe shine man tell you sell stocks, go to other, listen. It's simple. Whatever the shoe shine man say, go the opposite way, man.
Shout
And
out
that's
to
just
the
saying,
shoe
like,
shine men.
that's just saying, like, no hate on. That's just saying, bro, when the average person who's not really in the market start telling you buy something, you know, man, it's time to go the other way. When the average person who don't would say, hey, man, that market crashing right now. You know one thing, we about to turn around. Like, the market ain't never crashed when everybody know it was gonna crash. It ain't never happened. Never. Never in the history of the market have people sat around and prepared for the crash. That ain't how the market works. You know why? They gotta catch you off guard. They gotta sneak you. They gotta sucker punch you. They gotta catch you while you got your head in the cloud. Manna. That's how they catch you. When you start saying, like, to the moon. Now it's time. Got them right where we want them. Got them right where we want them. Sell. When you over leverage, you don't put your house in the market, the rent in the market, you don't took out a loan to get in the market, you on all the margin plays, you don't put your whole paycheck in the market, you keep saying, we can't miss. Now I got you.
Got him. Got to be a little bit more.
Now I got you. Now I got it. That's how Trump got us early in the year. That's how he got us early in the year. I should call everybody off guard. You had to switch up fast. Oh, shit, it's hot potato. What is he doing? What? Yeah, got us. And then guess what? When did it rally? When everybody was saying, shit, we going to hell. Now we going to the basement, man. We out here. Rally, 7 months in a row. When everybody was like, man, it's over for us, dog. Everybody started to look, put their money up, man. Let me get my money out the market, man. Nigga Trump tripped, dog. Man, why they elected that dude, bro? Man, he could have stayed with Joe Biden for all this, dog. You know what I'm saying? Am I lying, bro? We came into the year was running. We like, ooh, Trump just had, look, he got it in November. From the time he got elected, that he won, market took off. Crypto went crazy.
The Trump coin.
Huh?
You remember that?
Yeah, the Trump coin, the Ivanka coin, his wife had a coin, his daughter had a coin.
87%
the puppy had a coin.
87%.
Everybody had a coin. Everything running. November, December, January, February. The boy said, Terry, whoa, bro, what are you doing? And it didn't stop. Then that boy hit us with I got a big announcement. But that boy came out with the board and all them numbers. Everybody said, oh, we out here. We dead. We dead. Boy had 193% tariff. Bro, 193%? And we feel that this is fair. What? The market don't never let us be ready for it, bro. That's the one thing I've learned, bro. The market is a sucker puncher, bro. I promise you, when everybody's saying sell, the market like, yep, can't sell right now. Even if we wanted to sell, we can't sell them right now. They ready for it. We can't triple our net worth if everybody says sell. We can't triple our net worth. We need suckers. We need suckers. We got to catch them off guard. So go on, like, let it run for a little bit longer. Get them in that euphoric feeling. Get them high. Because we need more what? Liquidity. Trying to tell you. Just go look at it. Every market crash. It wasn't when people were saying the market about to fall. It was when people was taking out more credit, living their best life. Everybody over leverage. Everybody over leverage right now. People can barely pay their bills. Market can't crash right now. Market can't crash right now. They got to give you a sense of safety. Look at the pandemic. Market ran up. Right? What it did? Got us high. Look, everybody like, yeah, we got the stimulus checks. 2020, 2021. We float. Market, Apple through the roof, Amazon through the roof, everything through the roof. And then what happened? Whole 2023, you like, whoa, wait a minute. 2022, what you doing? And we ain't giving you no more money. Wait, I need the money. Ain't no more money. What you mean no more money? Gone. It's done. It's out here. Gone. Get how you live. In my line, bro, every time. I'm going to give y'all all this money so y'all can spend all the money. You're going to put the money in the stocks. You're going to keep putting the money in the stocks. So we're going to run from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Guess what? By 2022, you like, bruh, what pandemic? You like, bro, run it back.
Like the susu, the flower.
You want to run it back. Man, run the checks up. Everybody got designer on, man. I'm outside. We in the club. Hookah, man. What's up? Pad me the hookah. We everywhere. Money good. Everybody on Zoom. Nobody checking in to work. Everybody got the boop, boop. Then what happened? Every time, bro. Catch you off guard. 2008, what happened? Everybody, real estate, what they doing? Give me another house. Give me another house. Give me another house. Give me more real estate. Give me more real estate. More real estate. More real estate. More real estate. Banks over leverage. Everybody over leverage. Everybody living in the sky. Then what happened? Wait, what you doing? .com bubble. What happens? Run everybody. Internet stock. Stocks flying. I can't lose. Bruh, history. I'm just telling you. That's how the market is. They're not going to change that pedigree. They're not going to change that pedigree. It's not going to change the pedigree. The average person don't see that coming. You know why? Because greed is a hell of a drug. So you have the people like the Michael Burry you got the people that do the deep homework that shit ain't right there. They don't look right there. And they may not be wrong. They just may be early as hell. You know why? Because once you put the bat signal out there, you done messed the move up. If you go look back, every time, you get the peak. Listen, you know why they make the most money in market downturns? 2 reasons. They get to take all the happy money out the market. They get to take all the happy money out the market. The market drives down for whatever long it's going to drive down. They take the happy money, run the market right back up. Triple your net worth. Because now the people that was happy, you broke now. Now it's all us. Run them up. And then guess what? By the time the happy people feel confident to get back in the market, guess what? Oh, got them. Let's go. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Got them.
With
Run it
the
again.
same
It's
trick.
the ski mask way. It don't change. It don't change, bro. Why we keep, bro, this is how. Next slide, man. I'm not. Next slide. Next slide. Ben, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. All right. I need a charger, a long one. My fault. My bad, Ben, dog. All right. When Jerome Powell speaks the market, tomorrow Jerome Powell and the Fed will make their decision on interest rates. The market is pricing in an 88% chance to cut rates by 25%. We kind of know that. You know, we know that for sure. And I told y'all what we looking for. That's what we looking for. We looking for dovish, and we looking for what we talking about in 2026. This 25%, this already priced in. Let's go a little further. All right, when the Fed cuts rates within 2% of stock market all-time high, the S&P has gone on to finish higher over the next 12 months, 20 out of 20 times. Here's the 20 times that happened. 20 out of 20 times when the Fed cuts interest rates within 2% of the stock market all-time high, which is where they at now, the S&P has gone to finish higher over the next 12 months, 20 out of 20 times. Just data for all my data people. Just some good data for all my data people. Let's go a little further. 20 out of 20 ain't bad. We got a charger with a low.
Yo, what's up, Trap? Hey, man, I got a question for you. So, on one Trappin Tuesdays, you said that, now correct me if I'm wrong, you're in a mentorship, and the mentor, one of his students, lost 27 trades in a row, and he still ended up the year 400%. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I wanted to know how did you find that mentor? And another question is, on another Trappin Tuesdays, you say you talked to one of the guys on Wall Street with a fund of 50 million. So basically what I'm saying is how did you get in contact with these seasoned and traders, investors, and how can, what are steps so trappers could meet those traders and investors to see what you see? And another question is, I promise it's the last one. Will you one day be in the USIC? That would be crazy if Wall Street Trapper won the USIC years to come. Thanks, Trap.
Oh, man, that's some good questions, man. So the third question is, I got to learn how to day trade. That's just not my, day trade is not my style. They do day trade, they do swing trades, but it's like stacked day trades where they prolong. But they got all kind of categories. So I was inspired. I got to give Tay Sweat, I got to shout Tay Sweat, because when he did it, man, he told me how hard it is. He said, boy, that is hard. And he was telling me like how aggressive it is because you kind of got to get outside of your norm. But I got to give Tay props. He held it down for a long time in there, but you got to do it for a whole year. So you never know. That would be definitely something I'm interested in if I got to get more into, and I would do it from a futures perspective. I would have to learn futures because the way you got to compound that, and futures would probably be the best way for me. I think it's Forex, futures, $1 million options, and they do it different ways. So that's definitely something I would be interested in. I told Tay he motivated me for that for sure. He definitely motivated me. And yep, it was one of my mentors' students that did it. And easy, bro. Like I'm always looking for something, and I always say this, bro. Like, go find somebody, and this is just real talk. Go find somebody that has done what you want to do exceptionally well. And then the next thing you gotta go do is figure out how to get to them. Figure out where they at. Like, that's like, I don't want to say this like this because I know they're going to use this the wrong way. Like, I'm a stalker for stalking people that have exceeded what I want to do. Like, my goal is to build a $100 million business. So guess what I've been doing? I go look for people on, watch this, LinkedIn. I go look for people on LinkedIn. I go look for people where they at. Like, where are the people who are doing $100 million businesses or more? All right, they probably gonna be on LinkedIn. They probably got some type of company. I spend a lot of time on there just like, this business is, let me Google this business, and I go figure out how I can get with them, what they doing, where they company located at. Same thing with trading. Like, you just talked about the World Trade Championship, right? So the next thing you need to go do is figure out who are the champions. Go run a list of champions. then go figure out where they at on Twitter, go figure out where they at on Instagram, go figure out where they fund at, and now the next thing is to be creative on how you go get next to them. Right? I think one of the things that hurt us is we be like, man, I ain't gonna pay that white dude that much money. Man, I ain't gonna pay that. Man, I be like, bro, I'm trying to get to the next level. I don't care what I gotta pay you. I don't care what it take to, you know what I'm saying? Because here's what I've learned, bro. Real talk, just, we come from a perspective, just throw it to me, Sean. We gotta have a perspective that you gotta know for a fact. I just need the box part. Just, just this part. Like, I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. This real dope right here. Watch this. I'm not saying that you can't learn a lot of stuff from YouTube. Definitely not saying that. Because I know we put a lot of game out on YouTube. So I can't say that. But I also know, if you go look at the dude, watch this. I'll give you a prime example. We all done seen the dude from the School of Hard Knocks page. If you ain't seen his page, go check his page out. His page is full of multi-millionaires and billionaires, right? But guess what? How do you think he get connected with all them people? All it takes is one connection. Once you talk to the first person, that's your entry. You talk to the first person, and then the first person, have a conversation with them, you make that connection with them, guess what they're gonna do? Man, I think you should meet this person. This is a good guy right here, man. I think you should meet this person. And you go meet that person. And you go to every relationship and you ask yourself this question: how can I add value to this relationship? And here's what we know. You can't get no multi-millionaire, no billionaire, no money. You can't, bro, I can't give you no money. You don't care about that. You may put the money out just to say you know it's worth the time. What a value at? Right? So if you go look at that dude page is full of him going to find people you ain't never thought you would see. How you think he get a Tom Cruise and a Tom Brady and the dude that owned Arizona Tea and the dude, all these old businesses you ain't never heard of? One dude say, yeah, I'm the reason that the foam things in the pool. Like, how the hell you meet this person? Guess what? $1 billionaire gonna introduce, hey man, you a pretty good dude, man. I like him. You meet him, man. You should. I got a friend of mine, man, I think you should meet. You know why? Because here's what I learned, bro. Successful people love talking about success. They love that shit. They love talking to young, hungry people. That's success. Guess what? Traders love talking about trading. Traders always talking about trading. You go find somebody that's really successful at trade, bro, they love talking about trading. That's their life. That's what they do. So you go find them. They all over the world. They on the internet all day. They on Twitter talking about trading all day, every day. Go to the United States World Trade thing and go look at all the people that's freaking champions. Go figure out how to get in touch with them. Go figure out how to get in touch with them. Man, what's up? Where you at? I've been learning, I've been studying you. Most of them write books all the time. Man, I bought 10 of your books, bro. I just gave them away. What's up? I'd love to meet you, man. I guarantee you do that 1,000 times, somebody gonna say, what's up? Hey, man, I bought 10 of your books, man. I bought your program, bro. You know, I just bought it on GP. I bought your program, bro. I think it's real dope, man. I would love to meet you, man. See, you know, don't say I won't pick your brain. Don't say that. They gonna say, man, get out my face.
Amen.
Don't say that. Don't say, man, I would love to pick your brain. They gonna look at you like, man, get your ass on. You know what I got going on? You picking my brain? That's it. That's how. But you scared to pick up the phone because you scared of rejection. You scared to DM somebody because you scared of rejection. You scared of rejection. And you don't know how to talk. You don't know what to say.
And don't pull up on them at the Freedom Center. Just random pop-ups.
Huh?
I said it don't pop up at the Freedom Center, just random pop-ups.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. It's dangerous around here.
That's it.
We still love you. Get your tickets.
Yeah. That's how you get it. Business mentorships, same thing. I go with everything. Because successful people love talking about success, but they're going to be mindful of who they get their value to. But guess what? You're going to get around people that's going to tell you, man, why would you do that? I'm going to tell you what I did with Bishop Jakes, man. That's why I love Nat so much. Me, Nat, and Jose. Man, we went to the church one day. We went sat in the nosebleeds. We wasn't trying to be seen. Then people found me. They're like, hey, man, come see. I said, what? One of the dudes, he said, say, bro, I watch Trappin Tuesday. One of the ushers, he said, say, bro, I watch Trappin Tuesday every Tuesday, bro. You changed my life, bro. He said, man, come sit down here. I said, nah, man, I'm good. We was in the nosebleeds. We were chilling. He said, nah, man, come down here, man. We sat down there, ran into somebody, I was like, Trap. Man, I was like, dang, that's crazy. Man, I want you to meet Bishop. I said, what?
Snowball effect.
Sat down, want to meet Miss April.
Mm-hmm.
Then, before I know it, I'm sitting, I'm like, damn, I don't even want, I'm still trying to go to the top. Met Bishop, somebody introduced, he's like, oh, man, I be hearing about you. So then, guess what happened? We went to lunch one time, he invited me to lunch one time, I went to the bathroom, I paid the bill. Everybody at the table, bill about $1,000. Paid the bill. I said, hey, man, but I did it in the right way. I went to his security guard and I said, hey, I don't mean no disrespect. I just honor the moment. Man, let me pay the bill. He said, Bishop gonna want. I said, man, just let me pay the bill. That's all I want. I paid the bill. Came, sat back down. I ain't say, hey, man, I paid the bill. Just sat down and finished talking and still was enamored about what was going on. He hit me up. I went back. He said, hey, when I seen him like a month or two later, went back. He said, I like that. I appreciate that. I said, man, with everything you did for me, guess what he did after that? He invited me to lunch again. Before I knew it, we got Wallstreet Trap in the house. Oh, what?
Live at church.
Where did that come from?
On the stream.
Hey, Bishop wants you to come to lunch with him again. All right. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm at the table, guess what? Hey, man, you should meet this person. Hey, you should meet this person. Before I know it, I done met buku people. Now I'm sitting at the table with the Federal Reserve chairperson. Watch this. I'm sitting at the table with John Hope Bryant. And watch this. I say, hey, Bishop, you mind if I bring my... Bishop said, I want you to come to lunch. I say, Bishop, I would love to come sit at that table, but I got my people with me and I don't want to leave them. He said, hey, bring them with you.
Squad.
Bring them with you. And he whispered to me, and don't try to pay the bill this time. So now I'm sitting at the table with the Federal Reserve chairperson from Kansas and John Hope Bryant with a bunch of gangsters.
Yep.
And they talking to Bishop. I just come home doing 20 years.
And felons.
He just did it. I did 10 years. And Bishop like, yup, y'all at the table with whatever y'all say, speak it. Then John Hope Bryant say, hey, you get in the car with me. I like what you doing. Matter of fact, well, you need me for anything, you call me.
Use my name like a credit.
Use my name like a credit card.
Mm-hmm. But the key thing that you actually hit on that I think a lot of people are missing, you were in your purpose.
Yeah.
Doing the show. You were in your purpose doing the concert. You were in your purpose. It wasn't to do this to meet TD Jake. It was like, I was in my purpose.
You had Miss April, I should be scared of that to go talk to Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Not on no scared, but just like, man, I don't want to take the picture. I'm straight.
Right.
She'd be like, go take that picture. Like, man, I don't really want, because you know why? Because I ain't there for that. I like hearing the word. I ain't there for that. Miss April would be like, go take the picture. Or she'll be like, I got a picture of you and Bishop. So all I'm just saying is like, go figure out the people who you want to be mentors. Same thing with E.T. Somebody introduced me to E. I think Alex was like, hey, bro, come to my house. E got an event. I was like, all right, bet. I went to the house. He was like, oh, Trap, what's up, bruh? Man, I be hearing about you. I was like, oh, man, it's an honor. CJ hit me. Hey, bruh, we see you. All right. I ain't tripped. He had something else. He said, hey, I'm in the A, see if Trap won't come through. Pulled up. Then Jose was like, Papa, then got to get to Lashana. Lashana, he said, might be hearing your name all the time. Built a relationship with Eric Thomas. Me and CJ got good. He had a party. CJ said, hey, Trap, I want you to meet Toby. It's my dog. Met Tobe. Me and Tobe lock up. Tobe said, hey, bro, I want you to meet da-da. Man, Trap, come on tour with us. You going to host our meet and greet for us, dog. When you meet people, meet them not with an ulterior motive to take a picture. Not with a thing that I want to show everybody. I want to meet you to build a relationship. How can I add value to the relationship? I don't want to pick your brain. I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me and then see how we can add value to each other moving forward. Timberland did me the same thing. Went to the thing. The Pastor Philip Mitchell went to the thing, just chilling. Jose like, hey, man, come back here. I said, Jose, I don't want to go back there.
He said it quick. I said, man, come on.
He said, man, come on, bro. I said, bro, I don't want to go back there. The man just did this big old event. I don't want to go back there. I'm straight. Went back there. He was talking to everybody. He saw me. Trap! What's up, bro? I said, man, what's up, bro? Give me a hug. Timberland DM me. Hey, bro, I like what you doing, bro. Here go my number, bro. Hit me up. Have a weekend vibe. I say, bet, bro. If I can help you, bro, let me know. I got you. This is how you meet people. You don't got to go out your way. You don't got to be thirsty. You don't got to be doing, man, be genuine. Because you know why? People see genuine relationships, and that's what they want to be a part of. Because we live in a world where everybody clout chasing. So people scared to take pictures with people because you don't know, one, I don't know who you is, and two, I don't know how you going to use my name for a headline that I ain't had no part of. So now I'm being skeptical about taking a picture with you. So go build genuine relationships and don't be quick to post a picture. I promise you, I just took a picture with somebody that's worth $200 million. I sent it to my team. I said, hey, y'all, we leveling up. Never once has it made Instagram. Never once has it made Instagram, and it won't. But I told my team, I said, hey, don't post this either. I say, don't post this, but I'm letting y'all know we leveling up. So just, Miguel, that's it. That's how you meet it, bro. Like, the people you want to meet, they out here. Go figure out where they at. You want to be a great trader. Go to that World Trade thing. I promise you, they got years from way back. I promise you go from 2000, if you go back 20 years and just take 10 people every year and say, every day I'm going to just find out where these people at. I'm going to shoot them a DM. I'm on every platform. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to buy some of their products just to tell them I bought some of their products. I promise you, you'll come out 2026 with one of them people. And that's for anything you want to learn. Let's go a little further. All right. So, Bruce, what that is? How you say that? Llewellyn?
Yeah, let's roll with it.
Llewellyn.
Yeah.
Llewellyn. Was a trailblazing black entrepreneur, lawyer, and businessman who became one of the wealthiest African Americans in his time. He built and led major companies in groceries, broadcasting, and beverages, most famously as co-owner of the Philadelphia Coca-Cola Bottling Company, one of the largest black-owned businesses in the U.S. He was known not just for big deals, but for mentoring, look at that, and opening doors for the next generation of black executives and entrepreneurs. Let's go.
Why is it important for black people to pursue business as a career?
Because it's freedom.
freedom to have your own.
If it's yours, and if I look down the hall of my office or something, I say, paint it purple, guess what? They'll be down there painting it purple in a half hour, an hour.
You can call the shots.
You can make it happen. And you'll feel better about the whole thing. It's not working for someone else, it's working for yourself. And the fruits of your labor will show, and then you can sit down and say, hey, I did that.
How has the presence of black people in the corporate community changed since your beginnings?
Well, back in the days when I was growing up, and there was no point in going to business school. In fact, I was the only black in business school in the daytime, and there was one fellow at night, named Aubrey Lewis. And your aspirations were to be in the mailroom, to be. That was it. You weren't going to get a job. You weren't going to be recruited, number one, by Procter & Gamble or General Motors or anybody else. And if they did, it was going to be straight to the mailroom, and that's where you were going to do your 30 years and retire.
You just said something that's very interesting, though. The thought of a black person going to business school, that I never thought about that being so different.
Nobody.
But you were the yes.
Nobody went to business school in those days.
Yes.
There was no end result for this thing.
Yes.
You're gonna
No
end up,
hope.
Right. You're going to
Yes.
end up with a degree, and what am I going to do with it?
Yes, yes, exactly. And of course, there were many mom and pop
Right.
businesses then in black communities. Yes.
Tons of them.
Yes.
But basically, it was like this being a lawyer.
Yes.
A lawyer makes his money by having a client who can afford to pay him. Well, in the black community, you get $1 million worth of trouble, and you get about $1 worth of fee. Mm-hmm. And then you get into a big argument as you're getting ready to walk into the courtroom, and you say to the fellow who's the defendant, I didn't get paid. Or you owe me another, $20, whatever you owe. And they finally go back and forth, and he says, I'll take care of it, whatever it is. So now they get down in front of the judge. If the judge says, case dismissed, the guy says, I didn't need you, and I don't need to pay you the $30. And if the judge says 30 days, what the hell did I need you for?
Yes, I see.
Come on, man. We talking about greatness right here. We talking greatness right here. We talking greatness right here, man. 1927 to 2010. We talking greatness, man. Let's go a little further, man. All right, man. Trump administration to double down on AI and the robotics industry. That's what we talked about right there. Let's go a little further.
The Trump administration just said they're about to rapidly accelerate the robotics industry in 2026 with executive orders, claiming they're all in after speaking with top CEOs across the industry. And this is about to be huge for robotics stocks, so we're giving you 3 stocks to benefit from this news, and the last one is our favorite. First up is Ouster, a rising LiDAR company, and every single robot, drone, or autonomous vehicle needs LiDAR to perform their tasks. Ouster is rapidly growing, expecting a 41% revenue increase next year, and has already landed partnerships with companies like Siemens and Boston Dynamics, securing them as a top player in LiDAR. Next up is UiPath, a company building software for agentic AI and robotic process automation. This is another rapidly growing company and just posted a phenomenal earnings report. They're expected to bring in $1.7 billion in revenue next year, and if all goes well, they'll be profitable in 2026. Our last and favorite stock is Symbotic. Currently, Symbotic just filed for a 10 million share offering, bringing their shares down about 13%. But this recent drop is giving us a great opportunity. They're a leader in logistics and supply chain automation and are currently expected to bring in $3.6 billion next year in revenue. We think this could be one of the kings of the robotics revolution.
That wasn't financial advice. That was just me showing y'all one of these things I saw once Trump made that executive order. Somebody said, why the AI voice? I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's what the people wanted to use, man. Like, why not? Right? Siri is an AI voice. You get mad at her? You feel me? Also, Jose just posted a link to a video we just dropped. Check that out after the show over. Y'all do me a favor, go check that out, man. Y'all go check that out. Q is coming back, and this could be the last cheap moment in the market. Go check that out, y'all. Jose, drop that link again for him. All right. All right, let's go a little further. So China's $1 trillion flex, Trump's tariff roulette, and NVIDIA's 2025 takeover. China's record trade surplus is pivoted away from the U.S., which is real. China's trade surplus topped $1 trillion for the first time as exports shifted away from the U.S. toward Europe, Australia, and Southeast Asia to dodge Trump's steep tariffs. In November, exports to the U.S. fell 29%, while shipments to the EU rose 14%, Australia 15%, and Southeast Asia 8.2%. All I want to say is people need to realize that once people start going other places, think of America as an island that's sitting by itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't always be fooled by the headlines when you're talking about they got more this and more that. We know that whole administration be lying, man. You know what I'm saying? We know that whole administration be lying, man. So, like, it's on you. Why not all the time then? I don't know. Tell a person who made it then. Tell the person who made it. You feel me? Like I said, your Siri AI, you don't tell her nothing. You don't tell Apple nothing. What you got a problem with this for? Mute that part of the video if you don't like it. I think this administration just be, you know, they're going to say whatever to push the headlines, man. And I think we just got to, you know, be mindful, y'all. Be mindful. Let's go a little further, man. Trump and President Xi talks as a possible China trip. Trump says trade talks with President Xi Jinping are making progress and claims, I think we will be pleasantly surprised by the actions of President Xi. He's also said he plans to visit China in April 2026, while traders see less than 1% chance he goes before the end of the year. Again, you know, this man gonna say anything, yeah? I don't use her either. Good for you then, friend. All right, get out my chat, man. Rice, China, NVIDIA. I want people to stop saying NVIDIA too. It's NVIDIA. NVIDIA, China chips, and market expectations. Trump says he'll allow NVIDIA to ship H200 AI chips to approved customers in China, even as a broader tech tensions remain. Traders are extremely bullish, pricing in a 93% chance that NVIDIA becomes the world's largest company by 2025. We already know that, but China said they don't want them chips, and we talked about that before. We talked about China saying, bro, we don't want them chips. We don't want them chips. And you got to think, like, don't get me wrong, NVIDIA is big dog, but you got to remember, America and China have been relying on each other for a long time. And the one thing I will say, that the tariffs did do, and I don't think Trump even realized it, like, he accelerated, and I'll say this, I think he accelerated the breakup of friendships or allies between, because there was a point where it was like, all right, bro, we got to do business together because of this. And then once you start dropping them tariffs like that in the early, and I was like, bro, like, I'm going to tell you something, bro, like, you ever been around somebody that be like, you think you bigger than what you are? Or you think because you so big, like you think people can't, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what happened. Like America, don't get me wrong, this is an amazing country, but like we full of ourselves. Americans got too much entitlement. Right? No, too much entitlement, bro. And them terrorists, like, made everybody look back and say, hey, bro, like, do we really want to do business with them right now? And I think when you look at somebody like China, They say, bro, you know what? We just go somewhere else, dog. If you look at it, like America only makes up, you think about it, if you go look at it, America only makes up like 14% of the business in China. That's not big. That's not big. That's not big. And you look at the fact that we don't produce nothing like that. You put our people in a bind. So let's go a little further, man. Rice dumping, we talked about that already. We can skip that one. Let's go. Ginseng Wang speaks China versus AI. We could have did that one. Yeah, let's go that one. I like that. Let's go.
AI is a 5-layer cake. Energy, chips, infrastructure, models, and applications. China has twice as much energy as we have as a nation, and our economy is larger than theirs. Makes no sense to me. Number 2, chips. We're generations ahead. Number 3, infrastructure. If you want to build a data center here in the United States, from breaking ground to standing up a AI supercomputer is probably about 3 years. They can build a hospital in a weekend. That's a real challenge. Really quickly on chips, we're several generations ahead, but don't be complacent. Remember, semiconductors is a manufacturing process. Anybody who thinks China can't manufacture is missing a big idea. The model layer, our frontier models are unquestionably world-class. We are probably, call it 6 months ahead. However, out of the 1.4 million models, most of them are open source. China is well ahead, way ahead on open source. And then the layer above that, applications. If you were to do a poll of their society and ours, and you ask them, is AI likely to do more good than harm? They're going to say, in their case, 80% would say AI will do more good than harm. In our case, it'd be the other way around.
Good evening, Trap.
You know why I say that too? Like, I agree with him on that, is because China censors a lot of stuff that happens with AI in their country. We don't censor shit. We don't censor nothing. We just let greed run it. Right? Like, it's certain stuff their children can't say. It's certain stuff their children can't watch. Like, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because America, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be real, and I can say this because I went to China and saw it. Like, China does stuff for the whole of the country. I can say I got that from when I went over there. China does stuff for the whole of the country. America, we just let greed run rampant. If you got the most money, you do what you want to do. We don't care who it harm. We don't care whatever. As long as I got enough bread for it, it's whatever. And I think, you know, that's really the downfall of America. Again, have and have-nots. You know what I'm saying? I like with China, again, like we do have the upper hand with the chips, but like bruh said, like they can build a hospital in a weekend. We gonna take 5 years to fight over who gonna get it and why they don't deserve it and how much we gonna pay the people. Is it union? Is it non-union? You know, we gonna spend 2 years fighting. We gonna spend 2 years fighting. I saw a video where they rebuilt a bridge in like 17 hours. It collapsed, they built the thing in 17 hours. Bro, you know how long that would have took in America? Man, we gotta get the paperwork, we gotta get da-da-da-da. People worry about the permits, safety, man. People went out there and built that thing in 17 hours. I said, damn. So he not lying when he said that. Like, they can build a hospital in a weekend. Because I truly think, and it's not just from me being over there, like, I just think they more about their country. I think we a lot, don't get me wrong, again, you make more money over here. I think America is, I don't know about the greed, but freedom, I don't know what you mean, man. I mean, greed run America. It's what this thing was built on. Slavery was about greed. Slavery was about greed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, anyway, to go a little further. BlackRock has over 17 million invested in neon stocks. We know that, man. NVIDIA, big 7, Mag 9. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Broadcom, Meta, Tesla, JP Morgan. That just took a fellow. That's 30% of their portfolio. Let's go a little further. Mag 7, only 2 of these are beating the market, NVIDIA and Google. Everybody else, Microsoft is right there, but none of them, only NVIDIA and Google are beating the market. Microsoft, Tesla, Meta, Amazon, Apple not beating the market. The crazy part was Meta was out of the. That's crazy how they did my dog Mark, man. My dog was in the league on him till like October. And my dog just fell off. Damn, Mark. It's all good. Let's go a little further, man. Knock it out.
2024 was peak Mag 7 earnings growth, peak tech earnings growth, in fact. That earnings growth slowed a touch into 2025. But because we had so much uncertainty emerge with respect to tariffs, where were interest rates going, slow economic conditions, the rest of the index really didn't put up much earnings acceleration. That's expected to change in 2026. The analyst consensus is thinking, look, the Fed's going to reduce interest rates. We're going to get some tax refunds coming in 2026. Maybe we'll have a little bit of stability emerge on the trade front, and the rest of the index can create some earnings growth. If that gap starts to close, we might start to see some rotation into those non-tech stocks. And indeed, that's what we've seen over the course of the last 4 to 6 weeks, is the non-tech stocks getting a little bit of attention, while tech stocks, in particular the Mag 7, lose a little bit of the market's mind. There are winners and losers emerging. It's no longer one big trade. As more opportunities emerge, and maybe some disturbances start to emerge in the Mag 7, the winners and losers should come to light.
Let's go, man. Let's go 1-800.
Good evening, Trap. I was curious to know, what do you do to limit or stop the distractions so that you can stay focused? Thanks for taking my question.
Jose, that was a warm hug.
Yes.
Ooh, that was a warm
quick
hug.
too. That's the quick like joint in church.
That was that.
Yep.
Come on, baby.
I love it.
With the market, you know, again, my noise was I was going through the stuff with my daughter. So that was my noise. You know what I'm saying? So, but when it comes to the market, I know it's all a game of show and tell. So I never let the market, like, bother me. I've never let the market bother me over the last couple of, like, once I started taking it really serious, because I know it's just for entertainment. Like, I know the headlines. I'm going to tell y'all, that's why I tell everybody, bro, like, go watch Billions, bro. I promise y'all, bro, like, that show gonna teach you so freaking much, because you're gonna realize that everybody got an angle and they use every angle they can, whether it's media, whether it's news, whether it's newspapers, whether it's social media. Everybody got an angle, man. And so you kind of just, I don't let that stuff get me when they be on. That's why I be trying to tell my people, like, bro, like, stop buying into the noise. Like, listen to, you know, we say in the street, man, take it with a grain of salt, man. Take it with a grain of salt. When people do, when this analyst has upgraded this stock to this, man, I don't buy into that. You know why? They trying to keep their job. Stock soars because analysts did this. Man, let me get off this. It's what it is. Like, everything happens because of somebody trying to keep their job or push something in their favor. So, and I'm telling you, bro, watch, man, when you watch Billions, you're going to be like, bruh, man, Dollar Bill was doing all kind of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? For Axe, man. Action was doing all kind of stuff, man. Like, and it just make you say, You got to think, nobody ain't just made that stuff up. It ain't just made up. You know what I'm saying? You just got to look at it like that, bro. Newspaper reports, all that. Think about this. Watch this. How much a coincidence was, I learned something. Like, how much of a coincidence was it that when Meta stock hit when it hit, it was the most oversold stock in the market. And then right after that, the news come out that they cutting, cutting spending on Reality Labs. You think that's a coincidence? Like, media come out to do stuff to move stocks a certain way. That's why it can tell you sometimes you can have a perfect setup, but it ain't no match for a tweet. You can have a perfect setup. It ain't no match for a tweet. It ain't no match for breaking news. Right? NVIDIA just showed you that. NVIDIA beat earnings, crush it out of the park. Next day, soybeans fall. You ain't had that nowhere on your list. But here's what you gotta know. You gotta realize something. With NVIDIA making a beat like that and a run up like that, why we get up the next morning the stock still ain't running up? Because somebody already know this news about to come out. Somebody already know that news about to come out. That news ain't just came out when he came out with the news. Somebody knew about that news from that morning. It was at 198. Guess what? We woke up in the morning, it was at 195. Somebody already like, yep, let me get out. We made our money. We about to wait till the new people get in. We about to wait till the hype get in. And now guess what you got? A bunch of trap buyers. Because you in your mind, oh, it's about to run. Now you trap. Now we all the way on at 175. Trap buyers. Now how the hell? You get the carry trade, you get the Japanese yen, because they know most people ain't paying attention to that. And then you get the soybean situation out. Classic setup. Stock fall. Ain't got nothing to do with Michael Burry. Nothing to do with Michael Burry. But that's what it is, man. Somebody got that news way before. Somebody got that news at 6 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock. Hey, this was happening right here, y'all. Don't tell nobody. Slide that over. Let you people know. Don't fall into that. Get up in the morning. You see it? Because you got the early morning pushes. Early morning button pushes. I say, hey, y'all, we going to chill, y'all. I was excited because I thought we was going to run, but I ain't make no calls. I was just sitting on what I was sitting on. Guess what? Y'all know it, man. But even the rig game is fun to play. Don't nothing happen for no reason, man, in this market, man. It's a lot of money tied to this market, man. Everybody want as much of an advantage as they can. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Advantage, I'm about to say something, a lot of chart people going to be mad. The advantage ain't got a damn thing to do with what you see on the chart. Not for them. For us, that's our advantage. That's how we can try to play the game the best we can. But for them is, who can I get some insider information from? And how can I keep doubling down on that information? And how you know? You start seeing this upgrade here, this news report here. That's how I go, man. Let's go a little further. All right, so this one here is, this is a perfect example of billions right here. Perfect example. Paramount just crashed Netflix's $82.7 billion bid for Warner Brothers Discovery as a hostile takeover for $108 billion, all cash directly to shareholders, covering all assets from streaming and films to cable networks like CNN, TNT, and TBS. Warner's board now has to compare price, risk, and regulatory approval while Netflix may get a chance to match, but walking away from Paramount's richer bid could trigger a breakup fee. This is billions at its finest. So let me just give y'all some game on this right quick. So Larry Ellison's son is who runs Paramount. Let's just put that in context right quick. Larry Ellison's son. Who is Larry Ellison? The man who owns Oracle. That's Oracle. That's the man who owns Oracle. His son runs Paramount. So watch this. Not only is it, watch how it is. Remember, and I always want to tell y'all this, media is the #1 asset in America. care what nobody say. It's the only book in the world, it's the only business in the world you cannot get a book on how to start. I've tried it. The closest you're gonna get to getting a book on media is Ted Turner's autobiography and Walt Disney's autobiography. It's the closest you're gonna get on how to start a media company. It's the closest you're gonna get. It's the closest you're gonna get to how to start a media. Man, you can get a book on how to cook crack. You don't get a book on how to cook methamphetamine, bro. You can't get a book on how to start a media company. Don't exist. The closest you're gonna get is the Walt Disney autobiography, Ted Turner autobiography. Why? Media is the #1 asset in America. It's the way you control the masses. And only a handful of people gonna do that. This is the same reason why, and I don't care what nobody say, this was the downfall of Bill Cosby. The minute he said, I won't buy this network. I'm not saying none of the stuff he did wasn't right. I'm just saying when it come time for you to try to do something that's gonna interrupt that, they're gonna bring all them skeletons up. Partner, you tripping. You better keep doing these shows. You tripping. You wanna do what? You wanna buy what? Boy.
Better sling them
forgot what you did doing that. Oh, what?
Sling them
Quaalude, do that Quaalude. Oh, you still? I got you. You don't? All right, guys, come on. You want to do what? You want to buy NBC? I lost your damn mind. Can't do that. And you got enough money to do it. You tripping. We'll never let you control media. Media? Not a YouTube channel. Not just shoot a movie. You want the whole network. Oh. Okay. You tripping.
Mm-hmm.
And see, all we know is Cosby Show Bill Cosby. We don't go look back and go look at 1970s Bill Cosby. That's a different Bill. That was the right on. That was that Bill, and Bill was talking crazy back then to him.
Mm-hmm.
What? You on? Bro, you really serious? Nah, bro, you gotta put. I'm gonna tell you something. If nobody else don't keep receipts, they keep receipts. If nobody else don't keep receipts, they the master at keeping receipts. Who you think leak all them Young Thug? None of us don't got none of that. Who you, what? Watch this, bro.
We got to protect Tyler.
What? Bro, they not letting you gain. Listen, this is why, I'm going to tell you something. This is why what Oprah and Tyler Perry did is so amazing with the OWN network and all that. But guess what? That's media. But that ain't that media.
Mm-hmm.
There's different levels to media.
You can have your little corner, your little
You can
area
have that over there.
That's you over
You
there.
gonna try to get this big dog? Negative. So now here we go. Netflix says, so Netflix has been the cream of the crop forever, right? They're the only one that's not, they're the only one that's profitable. The PE ratio on Netflix has been outstanding. And if we're being honest with you, Netflix has truly crushed the media world. I'm talking crushed them by a landslide. But guess what? They try to go buy a network. You talking about Netflix owning TNT, TBS, CNN. Wait a minute. Now you going from movies to determining what we put on these airways.
And we just talked about the news.
No,
How
we're
it
not letting you do
controls
that.
the narrative.
We're not letting you do that. And Netflix went in their bag. Netflix said, hey, check this out. They offer y'all $78 billion. That's cool. We're gonna come up with $72 billion, and we're gonna give y'all this much in stock, and this much in cash, but this much in Netflix stock. That boy been on the news. Larry Ellison's son been on the news for 3 days in a row. This ain't right. We offered him this. But bro say, bro, y'all didn't even got the money, but we backed. Who y'all backed by? Oh, we got the Saudis. What? Boy, I'm gonna put the Saudis in. They put $24 billion up. What? Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar went in a wealth sovereign fund. Bro, that's how far they willing to go. This company not even worth $80 billion. Bro, them say, yo, we gonna come up with $108 billion. What, bro? I want you to understand how important media is. The stock had been trading at like $20, bro. They willing to give him $108 billion. Guess who else inside that deal? Donald Trump's son-in-law. He got another $30 billion. Bro them went got everybody. Guess what they went did? Hey, check this out. If we let him own this, it's the death of us. You know if we let Netflix get this, it's the death of us. Why? They the revolution. Not in a way that it benefits us, but it's knocking the power. People don't like to give up power. Because once you give up power, bro, there's nothing that tastes like it. That's why I've said, Joe Biden knew he was sick in 2022. He knew he wasn't supposed to be running for office, but guess what? His whole team said, hey, bro, we're going to get one term, and that's it. Guess what happened when he sat in that chair? Oh, man, I think I could do two. I could do it. Look, I could do another 4. Joe, you can't even walk up the steps, but I can sit in this chair.
Try to do another bed.
Joe, you can't even stay in a whole meeting without going to sleep. Joe, you calling the people from another country the wrong name. Don't matter. I can sit in this chair. I can sit at this Oval Office. Joe, no, you can't. Power is hard to relinquish. You'll never get as powerful as the president of the United States. It's a wrap. It don't get no more powerful than that, bro. Relinquish it. So you think about this, bro. Now you about to have, bro went and call everybody he can call. Bro went and called the Saudis. Bro went and called Trump. Relationships. He willing to pay $20 billion, $28 billion more, bro. Billion with a B. Because you get all the Warner Brothers studios, and then look what they did, hostile takeover. Bro, we not even talking to y'all no more. On the board, we going to the shareholder. This is a hostile takeover. We disregard y'all because y'all got a fiduciary duty. Look what I just said there. You got a fiduciary duty to do what's right for the shareholders. And since you went to Netflix and you outdid us, we going straight to the shareholders. This is hostility at its best. This is how they go to war with each other. So when somebody tell you that black people are the only people that beef, you a damn lie. This is it right here. They just do it different. We beef behind crumbs. They beef behind billions. They beef behind power. They don't go get on Instagram. They go to the news network. They go to CNBC. They go to CNN. And they go, hey, this is what they should have did. And if the reporter asks something that they don't like, they disregard that question and ask me another question. Don't ask me that. That's what he said on the news this morning. They don't ask me that. Ask me another question. I said, wait a minute. How you going to tell a man that? The man asked you a question. The boy said, are we serious? Man, ask me something else. I said, the man said, but you don't got the money. He said, you serious? It's backed. Ask me something else. I said, ooh. They just beef different. They beef different. They go after what they want. Or you gonna come up with 80, 82? Bet, we're gonna come up with 108. Beat that. And even if you do beat it, guess what? We got enough power to, now you gotta beat regulatory. Look what he said. If they let Netflix get this, it's the end of Hollywood as we know it. That's what he said. If they let Netflix buy this, it's the end of Hollywood as we know it. That's how they beef with each other, fam. That's how they go back and forth. So next time you tell you, man, we the only race, yeah, we be doing it for crumbs. They doing it for billions. They do it for billions. They do it for billions. So this is going to be, and that's why I sold my Netflix stock, because I don't want to be tied up in this. Because even if, so Netflix now is in a jam because they can't even walk away from this. You got to pay a $5 billion walkaway fee. So now they jammed up. So now they got to either let Paramount pick somebody else or they got to match it. Nah. I think Netflix could have a FU moment and say, all right, bet, because they know some people too. But now you overbidding like by far for something. So now it's a game of ego. So now you say, all right, y'all want to go for 108, we got 110. What's up? That's the stuff make them stay up at night. That's the stuff that make them stay up at night. All right, man, that's enough, man. We're going to end the show like that, man. Look, I hope y'all had an amazing time tonight, man. I feel like we locked in tonight. I feel like we be locked in on another level. I feel like we connected on another level, y'all. Listen. Got a lot going on this weekend. Jose just dropped the link in the group. It was in the group. Jose locked the link in the group, and Jose dropped the link in the chat. If you go check that new video out, it's probably like 20 minutes. Go check it out. Also, we got some virtual seats left for sure. I promise y'all, man, this weekend gonna be tough. Put your, yeah, we going deep in the trap. Telling y'all. Y'all gonna come out this some chart monsters, I know it. So this week gonna be good. Make sure you get your tickets for that. Also get your merch. Make sure you download on all podcast platforms. Also, man, we appreciate y'all for allowing Trappin' Tuesdays to be in your top one, the Wallstreet in your top one, top two, top three. Man, shout out my guy Black Robin Hood, man. He had us in his top two, you heard me? I said, man, I appreciate that, dog. You heard me? So, appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Same time, same place. Next week, man, we out. Salute.